All right, greetings everyone, greetings and welcome. Today we're joined by Quatos for this very special episode. And actually, Quatos, you're my very first guest. I had a few people kind of lined up, but it just so happened that you were the very first person. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what's your MMO background in general, because that's going to be kind of the focus of this
Yeah,
podcast.
100%. So hi, I'm Quatos Sean, if you're a really old watcher, but that's long changed. My kind of MMO history is I started in EverQuest in 1999, but not right at
Wow.
launch. My I went to visit my family uh, up in St. Louis, and my uncle was playing this game. And I was like, I played a ton of video games. And so I was like hanging out with him in his basement. And it was the era of games where it's like, if you weren't the one playing, you would just sit there and watch people, right? You pull up the chair next to him, like, all right, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing here? What's this computer game? What do you got going on? And so I was hanging out with my uncle, and he had been playing. And then I was like hooked on it. I was like, so wait, you're this guy? Like, whoa, we can talk to all these people here? Like, you're playing with people? Because I played like Diablo, right? Like, and
Yeah.
things of that nature, small form games, but never I was never an Ultima guy. Like, I'm the biggest nerd in my family. So, like, I was the only ones that played games. Like, so that was just the thing. Uh, but then I got home and I was like, Mom, Uncle Steve was playing this game called EverQuest. Can we get it? And then we get it, and I get home and we like, it's perfect. Like, I've got EverQuest. This is perfect. I launch it and they say enter your credit card information to make an account. My parents were like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so
I,
they wouldn't do it. So then I went to my best friend and I was like, dude, there's this game called EverQuest. I saw my uncle Steve play this. Like, we should get it. We should play it. And his parents got it and like bought the game and did the credit card thing. And so I was at his house every single day. I was already doing that anyway. But they're like, what are you doing over there? I was like, I'm playing EverQuest. Like, you guys are doing this much? Like, yeah, mom, dad. And so they eventually like pulled the trigger. And so I didn't get to join until like Kunark. Like it was that was like my first real experience of my own characters.
yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
I've been playing since then. Like we would just like take turns and swap out. And my friend Kevin's smoky dad's office after he finished work, like so just reeked of pipe smoke, and it felt very like Gandalf was like
Yeah.
with us in the room, right? Like there's
Yeah.
just tobacco smell there, so it's like a very distinct EverQuest smell to me.
Man, that's amazing. So you got in right at the beginning. That's incredible. Actually, you can on my shelf there, I have the original box for Kunark. That's how I got
Yeah,
into it as well. And I went through the same thing. My parents, we're immigrants originally. So my parents are new to the whole credit card thing and stuff. They were just horrified by the idea of like putting your credit card information on the internet somewhere. That was a whole new thing. Wow, so awesome. Yeah, EverQuest. That's amazing. And what class did you start with in EverQuest? Have you always been a bard? We'll touch on the bard stuff specifically, but do you have a memory of what your first class was? Like, what's
yeah.
something that stood out to you? Because one of those things, yeah,
Oh god, it was like my first
yeah.
character ever was a dwarf paladin named Dindolard. uh and I
Nice.
spent 3 hours walking around Caladim and like never. Like I was still a dumb kid, right? And I was like, oh, everyone's a person because I like a loose like I said, I visited my uncle Steve and like he was playing
Yeah,
this game and I didn't really know what was going on. Like I didn't. I was like, what's this color name mean? What's this color name mean? What's that mean? So like I had no idea that these all weren't just players. So I was like walking around town, like hailing people, and the NPCs would talk back to me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, dude,
yeah,
perfect. Oh wow, you're really fast at typing." Because like I didn't know how to type that well yet. So like I was like, oh
dude,
my God, yeah, I gotta get better at this. This
that's
is
awesome.
fantastic. Just like walked around town for 2 hours. It never left. Like so I was a level one dwarf paladin forever. And then finally went outside or like accidentally punched a merchant or something, right? And then had to find my body. And that's like tale as old as time in EverQuest world, right?
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, we all have memories of just the early days and how immersive it was for its time. So kind of,
Mhm.
trying to figure things out in the world. And there was really nothing like that for the time. That's kind of my entry point into it as well. And so, yeah. And my next question was just going to be, I'm assuming that, the EverQuest, all these, just that classic design and everything. So, you can play pretty much any game you want. Why would you choose something like these more niche games, like indie MMOs, for example? Does that, it's like typically people call that tedious, but that seems to specifically be your thing. Is that
Yeah,
due
yeah.
to EverQuest, or what's the reason
Yeah,
there?
I've been playing recently. Like I never, because I was too addicted to EverQuest. Like I said, I've been
Yeah.
playing it since 1999. But like I played that till Omens of War a little bit afterwards. I took a little break,
Okay.
and then I
Nice.
came
Me
back to
too.
like I think Dragons, and then Serpent Spine was like I
Yeah.
got to like the very beginning of it. I was like, all right, I'm kind of done. Uh, and I just kind of stopped. And then I switched over to like P99 Blue, and then
Yeah.
I didn't like that much because I my first server was a PvP server, Talon's Ek.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
I was like big on like let's kill the nerds, or just having the option to, like you didn't have to, but you could, and that's what was like. All right, you got a camp dispute, punch each other.
Yeah.
So like that kind of started that, but then I missed because I was too addicted to EverQuest. I'm right now playing like old school RuneScape, which is like the king of
Okay.
tedium,
Okay.
like because it's like you're grinding out levels. Like, oh, I'm gonna shrimp, I'm gonna go farm shrimp for like a million years to get my fishing up. But
Yeah.
there's something that's special about these games, that I think a lot of people kind of are like trained out of in current culture, where
Yes.
it's I didn't get that immediate gratification. Oh, I did this. I deserve this. Right?
Yeah.
It's like the participation trophy of like soccer when you're like in
Yeah.
youth soccer. You're like, you did it. Your team got last. Here's your trophy. You know, like you got it. You're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I, so like there's something magical about when I get into these games and it's like, no, dude, you didn't earn anything. Like you killed a couple rats, dude. Like here's some copper. Congratulations. You've done exactly what you deserve and you get
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
versus like WoW world, like and that's not me like bashing on WoW. Like it's a beautiful world, but it's like a different style of game where it's like I feel like my upgrades don't matter as much, or like it's fantastic scene, but like maybe your gear changes aren't as cool, they aren't as relevant because you get like short sword of the eagle, the bear, whatever, like
Yeah.
generic magic item, and then you can finally find like a rare item from something. But because I grew up playing EverQuest, like in those camp mentalities of like we're gonna sit here, like we're gonna socialize. It's like it was just a chat room back then because there was no voice, there
Yep.
was no Discord, there was no this whatever. Like you're dialing into the internet and then
Yeah.
sitting down to play a video game with all over like people all over the world, and who knows what they're doing, how old they are, it doesn't really matter. But like
Exactly.
you're down
Exactly.
in the depths killing goblins, dragons, whatever you have, right? You're doing your best with what you have,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
it's just such a cool experience. So like that kind of energy that these games bring and allow, uh it's just it allows like your imagination to do some heavy lifting versus I think a lot of games now are very much uh tell and show,
Hmm.
versus EverQuest and Monsters and Memories are very show but don't tell.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like you're gonna learn it. So it gives you that good kind of questioning of saying like, well, what's actually going on here, right? And I can go down this line forever.
No, and it's amazing. And I just want to say, I often talk about this too. We're in the open world. Everybody's together. You have to figure it out. You have to play nice. Some people don't play nice, but the friction, as they say, is very necessary. Whereas now, like so for me, one of my most recent MMOs was Final Fantasy 14. I played a lot of that myself, and it just got to the point where yeah, gear is constantly thrown at you. You're constantly replacing gear, so it doesn't really matter. You don't really strive hard for anything because there's just something coming down the line to replace it anyway. And so, and even like dungeons now, you just queue up. There's people from other servers. There's a tool that just kind of puts the party together, tank, heal, DPS. You go through it. There's no reason to talk to the people. There's like a need or greed button, and you just get your thing. No one says anything. Maybe they say thanks at the end, and that's it. You never see the people again. Whereas this is like, yeah, people have reputations like guilds, high level players, or the very first person that got their epic weapon, and it's just like, wow, they're standing in town, and or it's like, oh, this is Quatos. He's here in town. He's the guy that soloed all those giants or whatever, kiting and stuff. It's just, like those stories and community. It's just all part of it, and I think that's what everybody misses so much.
Mhm.
That's what I wanted to
No,
add
no, I
there.
totally agree. Like there's just nail in the head with the need greed. I think I saw a forum post recently of like Monsters and Memories needs a need versus greed system.
I saw that too. Yeah.
And I was like, no, it doesn't, brother. Just talk to people. Like
Yeah.
it's a lost art of like, I don't know if it's social anxiety or like people changing
Yeah.
uh like their style of play. Like it seems like every other question that I ever see about games is, can I do this by myself? Right.
Yes.
And it's the economy of time. Sure, like we're all older. We're an older gaming generation that like these games typically. And we're like, we have kids, we have lives, we have just less time than when we were in high school or middle school or elementary school, even some people, right? Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm here. I got days. I got to do my math homework later, but that's my only responsibilities, right?
Yeah.
And so like I as we kind of get deeper into the weeds, like I like that these games take time to do. And it seems like a lot of questioning now is how do I spend less time playing the game? Right? That's like to me, the game is the stories that my character is telling. Like I
Yeah.
don't really care if my character's max level. Like that's my honest opinion. Like I could never hit max level and I'd be totally fine. As long as there's something that like a carrot at the end of the stick of like, where's your next adventure? Right? What is the story that my
Yeah.
character is earning and developing? And like, oh, you're gonna go work on fishing, dude. Like I'm gonna go fish in some crazy place to get 300 fishing or whatever. Like I remember in EverQuest, like fishing in, I think it was the Plain of Storms, to
Oh
help
yeah.
build my like stone shard longbow. I think that's what I remember it is like the bow of stone or whatever, like the pop bow that hit really crazy hard for rangers.
I know what you're talking about. I'm all about memories and nostalgia here. So yeah, any kind of EverQuest memories, hit me with it. I
Yeah,
love it. That
like
was going to be one of my next
yes,
things.
like it was just so cool, like going out there because like I was actively participating in the development of my character. And sure, I could have paid someone, right? I could have been like, oh, I'm gonna buy this bow for 90K, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Like that there's like a I don't know if this is a me thing, but like I've had a really great time. Self-found is like a new discovery of mine,
Yeah.
like in the recent years where it's like, I used to like go to the auction house or the bazaar and like or like go to EC Tunnel and like buy stuff from people like so I can twink my characters or whatever. But there's
Hmm.
something really nice about that. I'm like a self-made person. I know where all of this is. It's like it becomes like information is the resource
Yeah.
versus the items themselves. Where like
Yeah. That's
my own
beautiful.
grit is pulling myself up and saying, I can do this, so I should be able to do this.
Yeah, and then once you get that knowledge of how to do it, what the optimal route is, once you figure it out and kind of struggle through it, that's how you learn. That kind of stays with you and nobody can take that away. So even
Right.
when you roll a new character or whatever, you kind of just kind of have that idea down instead of just everyone kind of giving it to you. But yeah, that's
100%.
that's great. That's beautiful. Um, so okay, let's well, how did you find out about emulated servers specifically? So like, you have the time has kind of gone on because for me, I forgot about EverQuest. Like I played it in its heyday. I really enjoyed it, and I kind of did fizzle out around like, yeah, Omens of War, Depths of. I was doing my 2.0 Rogue Epic Weapon, and then World of Warcraft was out, so I jumped on board. I wanted to try it with my buddies, and then I would check back on EverQuest periodically, but it just kind of as all those expansions came out, and obviously the game started taking the direction that it took, it just didn't interest me as much anymore. But there was still always something because that game was just so special. And I got kind of lucky finding out about emulated servers. It was my one of my real life best friends. He was like, "Dude, P99, you really have to try this. Trust me, it's gonna be amazing. It's just like the game that we remember. It's gonna be great." So I was like, "Okay, yeah." And this was around 2012, maybe 2013. So that's when I kind of started to get into it. And yeah, so that's how I found out. But how did you find out about like emulated servers and just these old school games
Yeah.
in general?
I, so mine was with P99 Blue, like originally.
Okay, nice.
I
Me too.
had gone, I had taken a break in like I was wrapping up college or something in like 2010 ish or 2009. I don't know. I don't know what it was,
Nice.
but I'd done like I was like, all right, I don't really have any game I'm playing right now. Like we were friends of mine were all playing like League of Legends, like in the beta. Like
Yeah.
that was fun because like no one was a sweaty dirtbag yet. Like
Yeah.
yet. So like it was still the early times. Like you had the people that were like really good at those kind of games, but I was just playing with my friends and like it was fun. But they never like were big MMO people. A
Hmm.
couple of them played like Guild Wars, and so like I had just done like, oh look, I'm gonna play some EverQuest. Like I got a couple bucks. I'll kick back. I'll launch my account back up, and I logged into my Bard for like the first time. Like this is like years later.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, I'm gonna grind out some AAs, get kind of back up to snuff, right? You have to do some character maintenance in these games when you've missed some things. So I was out in like Acrylia Caverns or something,
Yeah.
and I had like pulled like a million Gremlings to like farm out AAs as my level like 65 Bard or something. And I was like, in these games, I think there's something that happens organically that's really kind of awesome is you gravitate towards certain players. Like if your play style matches people's,
Hmm.
you tend to
Yeah.
group together better. Where as long as you like talk to people, right? It's like if you only play solo, you never find people that you want to play with.
Yeah.
Or people assume like I won't like I had a bad experience one time playing with somebody and they got me killed and I'm dead and I never
Yeah.
have any fun anymore. I'm in charge of my own fun.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
like
very
that's not
important sometimes. It's kind of interesting. Actually, I want to ask you, so like
yeah.
it's very important to obviously get along with the people that you play with, but have you ever been in a situation where, I mean, it's kind of like you said, so in those games it's like, okay, the world is very difficult. We need to survive. We need to figure this out. You're strong. I'm kind of trying to get strong. Let's band together. Let's go and let's figure this out. Um, and so, yeah, so it's important to like the people, but have you ever gotten into a situation where, oh man, this person was like such a jerk, but I need them to
Yeah.
progress. There's not a whole lot of people LFG right now. Let's just, whatever. Let's do it. So,
I I I think when I was younger, I was the jerk. Like where I was like, ugh,
yeah,
this guy is here. And I still used it still comes out like every once in a while. Like if I've had a few beers, I'm like, ugh, god damn it. Like I have to group with this nerd. What are
yeah,
you doing? What are you doing?
yeah,
Like talking to myself, or I'm like, I'm never yelling
yeah,
in the game anymore. Versus like back in the day, like you just get like you get upset that your time is being misused or that
yeah,
you feel
yeah,
like you could be more
yeah,
efficient. And like I'm not like I'm not super in on efficiency at all. Like I like the machine going and like saying I'm grinding this out. But I think there has been times where it's like there's a what is it like what is I don't know the name of these things. A buddy of mine is really good at these it's like the sunken cost fallacy or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
right? I don't know what it is. Like there's am I getting enough out of this to withstand this a-hole, right? like
yeah,
like am I gaining enough by making my life worse with this person? If so, then I'm like, all right, what's what's the cost, right? So then I kind of do that. But generally speaking, if there is a situation where it's like this person is like really domineering in a group, I'm pretty good, like because like I said, I was a teacher. I'm
yep,
pretty good at being like, dude, this ain't it, man. Chill out. And like they'll respond one of two ways, and they'll say, they'll attack you,
yeah,
or they'll just like, all right, oh, cool. Sorry, man. Like they'll back up.
yeah,
And if they attack, then that group is naturally going to break up. Like,
Yeah,
you're like, all
it's
right, dude,
rough.
this isn't fun. I'm out.
Yeah, it's crazy though too. Even though it's like sometimes we're not all in voice chat, but even you can just tell, you can just
Yeah,
feel the tension through text. And then yeah, so definitely,
100%.
definitely.
Uh,
Wow.
but with that
Yeah.
said, like, kind of go back to your original question. The a buddy of mine had gravitated towards each other. Like, he was a good
Mhm.
player, I was a good player. We were both kind of doing the same thing. We had both started back up into live EverQuest. We didn't have any buds. We had no guild affiliation we were working towards, and we were just kind of working on goals together. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm grinding AAs here too, man. Do you want to hang out and let's do this together, and we'll get some experience, right? Because I could do it by myself, but then I'm the asshole that's taking all the mobs, right?"
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, come hang
Yeah.
out." And so I actually met a really good friend of mine from just naturally it being inviting and saying like, "Hey, you wanna come join me?" And then uh, we do this a lot on the stream, at least, where it's like, "Hey, I got to go take care of my kid. Hey, I got to go cook dinner. Hey, I got to go blah." Or
Yeah.
do you guys mind if I'm sitting here AFK leeching? Like, because like we had this big like faux pas as gamers. We're like, "Oh, I'm leeching. I shouldn't. I should really. I
Yeah.
don't want to." Like, you feel like you're not owning your role, right? You feel like you're not
Yeah.
participating.
Oh,
At least
dude, yeah.
like,
I feel so bad doing that sometimes. Like, hey guys, are you sure I gotta go? It might be like 15 minutes, maybe 20. Like, yeah, don't worry about it. But then, yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. But he's like, "I got to go for like an hour." I was like, "Dude, just sit in the corner. Like, this is a safe spot. Go sit there." And I ground
yeah,
out like thousands of AAs for us. Like, or it was just like us hanging out.
nice.
And then we would end up like talking on that Skype at the time, right? Like,
Yeah,
so we were
yeah.
sitting there hanging out, and like we were both going through like breakups, and it was like
Mhm.
this, it's like the social element of the game was in full swing with this,
Yeah,
where it's like we just we had a lot of life experiences that we got to sit down and talk to, but that would have never happened if I didn't like um meet up and like actually reach out and like say like, "Let's talk, dude. Let's hang out.
yeah,
Let's play this game."
yeah. And that actually circles back to what you mentioned is, well, so back in the day, the game was so ahead of its time. All these social systems and stuff weren't really, that all wasn't a thing yet. So the game was basically the Discord. You'd log in, see if your friend was on, and kind of do everything through the game. And yeah, like it's great. We've had a lot of not therapy sessions, but you're in there with your friends like, oh man, I
Yeah.
had a bad time with school because a lot of my friends went to different schools
Right.
and different
Right. Right.
places. And I mean, to this day, some of the best people that I've ever met in my life, I've met them online, just on EverQuest. I don't know what they look like. I don't know what they believe in, whatever. And actually, one of my regrets is like, I actually didn't keep up with a lot of people over the time. So I lost touch with a lot of people. I'm just now kind of rediscovering people I can group with and all this stuff through streaming actually. And that's one of my things. We can talk about that later, but I'll just turn on the stream. Whoever's on, that's fine. Whoever I happen to meet. I'm not going into this stuff with like a static group and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah. But I met that
so
guy, and he said we stopped playing live, and he's like, "Hey, have you heard of this server project? It might be kind of cool." He sent me P99 Blue. We played a little bit. I think I have like
nice.
a level 30 character on Blue. Like, I'm
Nice.
not very high. I never got 60. And I was like, "This ain't it."
I
Because
have a 51 Necro on
there you go.
P99. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And so like it just did that. And then I stopped playing, went to other games, kind of went back to live a little bit. And then he sends me a message like, "Hey, you're gonna want this one. Red, P99 Red just dropped." And I was like, "Oh
Oh,
yeah, dude.
okay.
Let's do it." And so and then
Nice.
I was home, dude. Like I was
Okay.
way in. I was like,
Oh, so you are into the PvP aspect of it as well a little
I'm
bit,
not so
right?
much as much anymore because like I wasn't streaming then. I was like I could be as sweaty and like grubby as
Yeah.
could. Like, all right. Like, I gotta get in
Nice.
here. And like I'm gonna prioritize fun like over everything. Like, is this fun? Like, I'm not gonna go seek out and like ruin someone's day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy the like gank fest, but what I did
Yeah.
enjoy a lot of P99 Red was we made like a tiny guild of friends, and it was 12 people that we all knew in real life.
Hmm.
Like I knew you, you knew somebody, and we all had like real life connections. And we made a guild called Prophets of Slosh. And it was
Nice.
because we like drinking, it was just something stupid. Like
Yeah.
it was it was real life buds, and we got together and we would go actively fight against like the Zerg guilds, um, and try to steal targets from them. And there's only 24, like 12, and like I think it eventually grew to like 16 people in the guild. Um, but 16 people can't do like 40-man raid content. Like essentially, like we're not going to kill Inaruk. We're not going to kill uh whatever Kazakh Thul right at the time, right? Because we just don't
Yeah.
have the bodies for it. But I remember there was, I think like Nihilum was the main guild, and then became Holocaust, and it became something else. Like there was a bunch of like guild progressions of like the super mega Zerg guild,
Yeah.
that happened over time, and I don't remember them all. But we would go there and actively try to like cause a nuisance to these folks and like steal targets, because like that was the era of like I was single, or like my girlfriend was long distance or whatever. It's like I could get bat phoned out of the middle of the night, like it's 3 a.m. Vox is up. All right, let's go. And like we
Yeah.
had
Oh
like
man.
52 characters parked there. Like I have 3 bards on P99 Red. I have a 60 bard, a
Dude, that's
52 Vox
crazy.
bard, a
Wow.
52 Nagafin bard, and like a slew of rogues. I have a 60 druid as my main. Like it
Wow,
is.
dude.
I'm like it's.
That's
I got a
awesome.
60 paladin in there. Like I'm like ready to go. But like we're epicked up and like doing work in this game,
Wow.
and all is like a small
Okay.
tight knit crew. Um, so we like never had to do like DKP or things like that. It was always like, yeah, dude. Oh, dude, this is really good for Q. Let's get him that gear. That's awesome. Or like, hey guys, we're doing a run. Who's getting on the bus? Who needs a character brought up? Right? Like who needs the leech while they're at work, and someone's gonna swarm kite this whole zone to get their nerd character ready on online, right?
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Sounds like a tight knit group of people and close
Totally
friends
wild.
just looking out for each other. It's amazing.
Absolutely wild. So that's
Nice.
like my intro into emulated servers. And so like that kind of started from there.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, so now let's get into the Monsters and Memories playtest. So we're fresh off of the playtest. The servers went down like an hour ago,
Yeah.
and so what was your experience with the weekend overall? How was it for you? I know you mentioned you had a goal to get to level 50. Um,
Yeah. Didn't do
how
it.
was it?
I so here's I want there were some changes that were made between this and last play test with time to kill, and
Yeah.
like so time to kill was slower, so things had more HP, they had more AC, they took longer uh to kill, so that slows down your experience naturally.
Hmm.
And with some of the melee changes, some of the things like that, it was harder to shred some of the mobs,
Hmm.
right? So like we were a wood chipper last time, and so we were booking through. Like I think I got through level 45, which is a ridiculous hell level, by the way. So happy
Oh
to get there.
man. Oh wow.
Like I think I was there for like 3 days, like as a group. But I just got out of it. Really, it was like two, but like I got out of it just as the servers went down last playtest. So this level playtest I started at 46, and I just got 48 last night. And so I did like two 16-hour days of
Dude, that's
of
crazy.
streaming. And I was pulling and grinding like the whole time. And like sure there's some more optimal things we could have done,
Yeah.
but like it didn't get through. At the end, I gained more experience because like I'm a bard, I can do dumb shit and like sorry, I can do dumb stuff.
No
And
worries. Yeah.
cool. I can do dumb stuff and like swirl the mobs up together and just charm guide them down and get tons of experience. So like I'm 3 blues into 48 now. Um, in
Nice.
the fifth like the hour that I had before the test went down. Uh, so like I could do the solo thing and the experience is better, but the experience
Yeah.
is not better, right?
Yeah. No,
Like
it's
high level doesn't
great.
equal fun.
You guys
Like,
you guys have an incredible group. It's always really fun to watch. Jelly sounds real great. XV, like all those guys. Jelly Sound said I
yep,
started at 45 and I ended at
ended
45.
at
This
45.
playtest. Yeah. I was watching when you guys he had auto attack on and he hit that guy in the little treehouse bar that you were exploring. But no, it's great. And like every time I pop in, there's always something fun and interesting going on and it's great. Um, so yeah, my next question was just going to be you pretty much answered it. What did your leveling path look like? Looks like full
Yeah.
group for most of the time. And so
Yeah.
like Yeah, you've seen more of the game than most people. You know, you've made it really far. What are your biggest takeaways so far from the game? The game's direction in
Yeah.
general, you're liking it so far,
Yeah.
and
I'm loving it.
yeah,
Like, so my playtime in game, and like I don't dip. I've had alpha access since my first play test where we did like
yeah.
tons of like friends. It used to be called friends and family, but like
Oh, okay,
it
perfect.
was it was just being a nerd and like going hard and like having
Yeah.
fun. Like we got a chance. Like I didn't really know Nick or any of the team
Hmm.
when I first started doing it, but I was like, this is great. Like,
Yeah,
let's get in here. I sunk my teeth into it. I was grinding out. We had a full squad. I was
that's
playing with
amazing.
dirty old socks, and like
Yeah,
we had some ragtag group of adventures together, and we all got together and we're like, let's get in here and like play this game. And then we had a lovely opportunity to meet some of that team and grow from here. So like I've seen this game like I'm not an OG, right? Like I wasn't sitting in the EverQuest channel watching Sean move pills around and like look at a wall, right?
yeah,
Like I didn't know that happened. And then like so there are those that know way more and have seen this progress happen way larger scale than I have.
yeah,
Um, but from playtest to playtest, like I like to go in. But I don't play the beta or alpha strictly because I don't want to spoil myself so that
hmm
when I go get an organic discovery in
yeah,
the game that it doesn't like ruin it for the experience of the stream. Like honestly, because it's like I am way more excited when we learn something together. Like it's like that couch co-op, like where you're sitting there and you're like, oh dude, let's play this game together. Oh dude, let's go get him. What is that? Let's
yeah,
so it's like we're all playing the game together, even though like there's only six people in the group, right?
yeah,
So over time, my experience has been fantastic. Like every time I log in, something's changed. And like I don't know
yeah,
how observant everybody is or how many playtests they've looked back on, but you can check like some of the VODs or YouTube videos of folks that have played and
yeah,
see how Night Harbor itself has changed.
yeah,
Like like you look at the textures, you look at the work that goes into the team, like you see itemization changes, you see
yeah,
like people look at like I watched some like the big streamer this time was Kungan, who's a WoW
yep,
guy. And a
yeah,
lot of his community is based on WoW or like modern gaming. And they would look and like they didn't get the appeal, like, well, why whoa, this game is like it's 2025 and this game is looking like this. And they don't understand the difference between graphics and art style and
yeah,
gameplay. And like they put a lot of like emphasis on that versus these classic games that are emulating a simpler time of like polygons and right like there's less polygons but it's high definition textures slapped on those and so like I think this game is doing a fantastic job of showing and creating stories and adventures like the very first one that most people have is what the hell is that big green tower like,
yeah,
what's that thing up on the cliff? How do I go there? What's going on there? Why would these people settle here? Right. And so, like, it's that
yeah.
natural set of questioning, and no
It's
one talks about it in the town.
yeah.
Right.
It's incredible, and I can't wait to see it get more and more fleshed out. And you're right. I went into it. So actually, fun fact: I've been following Sean for a while because when I was playing P99, I was interested in like, hey, is there any like interviews or has anyone ever done anything with like the former EverQuest developers? Like, I wonder if they just have like a podcast or something. And that's actually how I found Sean. Is he has interviews with the former EverQuest developers. And then, he got interested in making a game. So I was following that for a little while, but I didn't get involved until like last year or so. And I actually tried to introduce my wife to the playtest. She's never played MMOs before. It was a horrific experience because it was one of the clunkier playtests. There was horrific lag. It was just very clunky. I mean, I wasn't even sure if I liked it at the time, but I'm telling you, it grew on me. Like, and I try to tell people this too. Every single playtest, there's something better, there's something improved. Like even like yeah, the textures, like you said, more stuff in the city, all that stuff is gonna get fleshed out. But yeah, like the fire now looks more realistic as
Yeah.
well. And then another thing too, people don't understand how. I mean, I'm not a game designer or whatever. I don't know much about it, but it's just so incredibly difficult to make a game, and people are
Yeah.
just so immediately dismissive these days. Like Kungan's great, but yeah, like the communities in general in some of these places, they look at something like, oh, this game sucks. It looks old. And yeah, like you said, it's a total misunderstanding of what that actually is. Because it's been so long since something like even so like World of Warcraft was amazing back in the day. I played it too, but the sense of scale in this zone, the atmosphere in these zones is amazing. And
Mm.
it's amazing how small you feel and how big the world actually is. And there's all this like monolithic stuff in the distance that you can get to, and I just love that. I love that. Yeah, we start out. There's this ominous castle. I actually tried to get to it. I went on stealth, and this playtest. See, so I'm not super motivated to like grind hardcore, so I spend a lot of the time just exploring that first day,
Yeah.
and I hit stealth. I mean, and I was going at a snail's pace because it's just so slow. But I went all the way through Fallen Pass, all the way through Vale of Zintar,
Mm.
just kind of looking around, exploring, and it's amazing how much variety and there's just so much. I'm telling you, those zones are
100%.
huge,
Right. Well, it's like,
and
and that's
so
like, yeah, like 100%. Like that's what I do all the time. Where it's like, oh, if on those week long play tests where it's like not everybody can be like a full blown degenerate because like I take
yeah,
PTO for these like stupid long paid plays. It's like, oh, there's 10 days, PTO week off. I'm an adult. Like
yeah.
do this.
Treat
Thank
yourself.
God yeah, like thank
That
God my wife like gets it. And
yeah.
so she doesn't play games. Like she's played games, but like she's never played an MMO. So would be
Okay.
it's horrific. Don't do it. But I'm gonna try
Perfect.
to get her in to play a game with me sometime. And
I love that.
because she's
Yeah.
never played an MMO, like it's gonna be an interesting thing to show like from a different perspective, right? Because
Yeah.
I actually think because she has no predisposition to how systems should work in a game, that it should translate better to
Yeah.
like a new player experience. I think so.
You would think, you would
Versus
hope,
like
yes.
yeah, like versus like oh I go click on this and now why can't I just throw my items in the air and get gold, right?
Yeah.
Like go to sell a merchant. It's a world, not a blank. And like there's all the people online that kind of complain about like, well, why can't I sell it to just to everybody? And I was
Yeah.
like, well, because not everybody wants this. I don't go down the street to a furniture store and try to sell them a car. Like, they don't want that. Like,
Yeah.
what are they gonna do with this? It's not everything is a pawn shop, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it's just there. So like I like
I-
a concept of a little bit of realism in a fantasy world
Yeah.
because I think it provides it keeps you grounded a little bit, right? If the game in most games now, I feel like they kind of play themselves, right? There's like the joke on WoW add-ons, like yeah, dude, you downloaded enough add-ons, now you can finally play the game. Like there's no add-ons on this. There's figure it out, do some looking, like ask your questions. Like it's kind of like a puzzle game in itself while still being an MMO, right?
Yeah.
But I've been having a blast just kind of going through exploring. Like there's one of these days on one of these play tests where I spent literally an entire stream trying to find a hidden dungeon. Like
Oh,
that's like it's beautiful. If you ever find someone's gonna write on this video somewhere and be like, for the grain cellar, it's what it's called. But if you've never
okay.
been told where it is,
Yeah, I don't know anything about
like
it.
don't don't let anyone tell you where it is. I'm never going to tell you,
Okay.
because it is such a cool experience. Like I spent 10 hours walking around the
Wow.
world, and the world's only so small right now, right? Like it's now imagine in the future when this thing is complete and like
Yeah.
the whole continent is available. Like
Yeah.
the idea that that the devs put some thought into making a dungeon that is a as hidden as it is, it's hidden in plain sight. It's
Wow.
beautiful. Like
Is it one of those things that it'll blow your mind when you do find where it is?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There
Interesting.
it's like I had nerds in chat like you've ran by it like 60 times already. And I was like,
Wow.
but I was
Wow.
like going down a line, and like I was killing some stuff. I was like looking around, trying to find this dungeon. And when I did, I like threw my headset down. I was like, ah, like
Nice.
ran around, and then we found like a new place to level in because like there's people that have access to the game, and like I am by no means like an exhaustive source of information, but like there are those that like are really good testers and are
Hmm.
really good at like I'm going to go down every little thing, click every little wall, and try to find every little thing, right?
Yeah.
I need to go in this nook and cranny. Great. This is where this guy spawns. And they're going to like catalog it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like, they like that information. Like, because in these kind of games, like information is honestly the most
Yeah.
powerful tool
Yeah.
rather than your skills. Because like, you know how the game works, you know
Yeah.
what it is, you know where you're going. And so, like, these kind of, as it kind of like
Yeah.
emulates itself, and it's like starts to manifest in the dev team and the game. Like it's just really really cool to watch these experiences that the devs have put forward to all of us and allowed us to get in their experience. And I think
Yeah.
if people come at this game with like a little bit of like mystery, mystique, like
And I love that so much because you know what? That's been kind of lost in games now. Now you can just data mine everything and you know every single little change. You know where everything is. There's already people that are making guides and all this stuff before it even
right
comes out, and you could just search everything and there's just no
tier
magic.
lists.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's great. And you know, another thing too, like these guys, they really understand like this old school design philosophy. They truly know what they're doing. It's incredible to me. And I love that there's hidden little stuff like that. There's probably hidden walls, I imagine. Like one memory that comes to mind, Kern's Tower is one of my favorite dungeons in Kunark, and there's like that little hidden wall that's like a little
Safe room.
it's a little safe spot. Yeah, it's great. I'm playing Project Quorum now and I just kind of explored that and good times, you know, good times.
Yeah, dude. Well, and
So
there's just stuff like hidden in the world. Like, I think you were hanging out earlier when we went down to like the hidden arena. Like
yeah.
there's a hidden arena, like Fight Club in Night Harbor,
Oh,
and you would
yeah.
never know it's there, like
Wow.
ever, because it's unless you gained an item that allowed you to get access to it to go down there, and then you explored it, right? Like, someone had to hold my hand to get me there because like they're like, yeah, come check this out. Um,
That's great. I
and so
love that kind
we
of
went down
stuff.
there. Yeah, like it feels like. Did you ever play Oblivion?
I did. I did.
And so like that, when you go like, become the master of the arena,
Yeah.
like when you like go do that, like you become like fighting gladiators, it feels like that.
That's
um
cool.
because you like, you have a quest, like kill the guy, bring back his ear, and like
Yeah.
you get to rank up essentially. I don't know when
Dude,
it ends,
that's
but
that's
I
amazing.
want to get there.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just even talking today. People get put off by the city, how you can't find stuff sometimes, and how like you know, certain merchants, you can't just sell to any merchants. You got to find the right merchant and stuff. And I was even talking today, dude, there's places in the city I haven't even seen. Like when you go down to the docks and where the water is and that whole little area back there, never just had any reason to go. And my thing is, I just sometimes I have the horse blinders on. This is where the guild master is. This is where the bank is. This is who I sell to, and I got to go adventure because I'm secretly, I guess, at the end of the day, I'm just a leveling Andy. I just love to go out there. I love to level and explore and adventure,
I get
but
it.
I should explore more because I love stuff like that. I love just hidden little beautiful things and it's great because it's almost like a playground for the players to congregate. There's nothing telling you, hey, go here and this is the arena. It's up to us to discover that, and you know,
Right. Well, and like there's
yeah,
there's like little signs of it if you like listen to. I really need to split my windows out. Where like you'll hear NPCs talk to each other if you're like standing in a nook and like there's a guy behind a wall talking to another guy, right? About something's going on in the world. Like, so it feels very alive
yeah,
in all of these aspects. Where I think unless you observe or unless you like dip in the mud system, then a lot of times you don't see it, right? You don't
yeah.
get a chance to
How do you
you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, how do you feel about the mud system? Have you got a chance to interact
I
with that
love
too
it
much?
so
Dude,
much, dude.
I haven't got a chance to interact with it too much. I've had my
Yeah.
frustrations with it a little bit. I was curious to see what you thought about it because there was one I started like a wood elf fighter. I was there's a sword on the shelf and he's like, "Okay, pick up your sword, give it to me. We'll sharpen it, you'll go." And it's like the sword is right there. It's like, "Look at it,
Let me
pull it,
click it. Yeah.
pull it, inspect it,
Slash T.
touch it, take it, do it. It's
Yeah.
right there." Oh, so sometimes I don't know. To me, that's a little frustrating. I guess I'm not that old school, but it is really cool how you can kind of interact with the environment and discover certain things. Because I bet you there's so much with that mud system that we don't know about.
Crazy. It's crazy. Like there's
Yeah.
there's a few quests. I did one actually this playtest. I haven't solved it yet.
Hmm.
Uh but I've had a note in my inventory from the mud system for
Oh,
playtests. I
interesting.
keep them on me at all times, and it's like it's got like some smudged ink, and I was like, what? Where is this guy? Like I was like, it ends like it's stamped like this. This says like it's the note is stamped with the House of Varhargan, and I'm like, who is Varhargan? And so I'm like, I've spent everywhere I've
That's
went like
amazing.
looking for like a last name. I'm like, who? Where is he? Where is he? Like, and I have track now, so I can like look at things, but I
Oh
don't see
yeah.
it yet. So I'm like, where is it? Where
Wow.
is he? Like,
That's interesting.
I found that it wasn't the only note. So I this playtest I discovered three more notes and it tied them
Interesting.
all together. And I gave them to a guy who I got dead end on my quest right now because I don't know. I as a player, as the human, don't know enough to operate off of. But like it gives me like a little pathway to kind of go through it. So I'm excited to go explore these quests.
Yeah.
Right?
Amazing.
There's so many
Amazing.
things going on. Like even just slash look alone tells you so much more information that like um that gives you some flavor, right? Like there's flavor text and all this. Where like, an example of this is in the dungeon Wormsbane,
Hmm.
right? You can first walk in, you go across the plank, and you go to the left. There's a room with scaffolding in it, and you can like type slash look, and it
Okay. I know what
tells
you're
you
talking
about the
about.
room and it tells you about the
Uh-huh.
room. And there's like some cool hints there. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but explore.
Yeah.
um, like you get to learn some really interesting things. Like
Oh,
so, slash look
yeah.
alone
Yeah.
does it for me. Like even if I could only look, right? There's an intriguing thing that happened also later down in Wormsbane. You'll hear like I like that the game includes audio cues, and I
Hmm.
think a lot of people play without sound in these games.
The sound is
Um,
amazing. Oh my God, the sound is
yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I don't get why turn off the sound. The sound design, the soundtrack. I tell people about Robert any chance I get to.
Yeah.
Like,
Robert's incredible.
uh, yeah, dude. Like, it's I'm a former classical music teacher,
That's
so like,
right. That's right. You are.
as soon as I hear this music, I'm like, oh, like into my soul. Like I sent Robert a message after I went into to hear Felindril's theme, like the heart of Felindril, and I was like, dude, you captured the essence of this, and like I feel like my soul was like ripped from my body. Like I felt
Yeah.
this like really cool experience, like from like listening from used to someone that's like used to like listening to classical symphonies and like knowing the story that they're telling and like
Yeah.
feeling that it's
Yeah.
such a wild experience. He freaking nails it, dude.
Dude, it's amazing. And that's even a much deeper perspective since you're a musician yourself. But man, for me, like I appreciate music. I don't know enough about music to that level, but that music, it evokes like all these feelings in me. You know, it's just it's
Yeah.
so incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
It's one of the most probably my most favorite thing about the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Music
Well,
is a
like I don't yeah,
yeah.
like I don't listen to like I think a lot of people play the games like they listen to their like EDM soundtrack or like
Oh yeah.
like they've got their techno going like
Yeah.
grind
Yeah.
like and like they're doing their thing or like whatever, right? It's one of the few games that I just turn off
Me
my
too.
own personal music and
Me
just
too. Yeah, me too.
that's
It's
it.
just it's too good. You're doing yourself a disservice if you ignore the
Yeah.
music in this game for sure.
100%.
For
Like
sure.
and it yeah, just those little sound cues alone, like you'll find a thing because you hear like a da 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 like a Zelda opening the chest singing thing. Like we're like, oh, what's here? Something's here. Look
Yeah.
around. Slash look. Like,
Yeah.
and so I want there to be more of those items, like to tell me more about what am I seeing. Uh and so I'm really excited for that to kind of get fleshed out and like to tell me more. It's kind of like
Yeah.
did you play Pantheon ever?
I did. I did. Yep.
There was like the
The,
the thing I was most excited about with that was there's just like I think it's the perception system.
the perception
Um,
system. Yeah, that's a really interesting
way back in the
idea.
day. Yeah, I
Yep.
love that where it's like you're looking around, like you notice something out of the corner of your eye. And like they're a bit more uh in your face about it because they like
Yeah.
make a thing at the top of your screen like pay attention here, nerd. Like they're a little bit more less I don't know, I guess smoother transition to that versus you have to
Yeah.
go up to the thing and like, what am I seeing? Right? It feels like Eminem. took the D&D 2 approach where it's like you're talking to the dungeon master, the game. He's like,
Yeah.
what do I see? And they're like, you see a decrepit old altar. And you're not sure what's going to go on this. You're like, oh man, decrepit. Does this mean there's like, is it corrupted? Are there necromancers here? What's going on? What's the story here? So like it lets you kind of circle back in your own head and tell the story. And it's obviously
Yeah.
going to tell you like if you're right or you're wrong. But I think a lot of people don't care to experience games that way. They're like, I want to level. Like we were talking about being a leveling Andy. Like hell, I just grinded for 32 hours, right? Like
It's
I didn't do a ton
incredible.
of exploring this time around, but I got to play game and game good, play game.
Yeah. No, it's great. Wow. Okay. Uh, let's see. So the next thing that I had, we're touching on a lot of this. What's one thing that you hope the team iterates on, even if it's small? And what is your forever game ingredient, if it were? What's one thing that has to really exist in the game for you, that kind of keeps you playing this game? Do you think Monsters and Memories will get that down?
Yeah, it's already my forever game. Like it's like I for my favorite game, I've said this a million times before I played Monsters Memories. My favorite game of all time is EverQuest.
Yeah.
Like um because of nostalgia, because of the questions it asked. It was my first experience in a living world. It told stories really well.
Hmm.
It does humor in it, like, and it just feels really nice. Um, and so I love that. But then as soon as I played some Monsters and Memories, it felt like they nailed already, even in its early stages of like, this is going to replace this when this project gets done. Like, because
Absolutely. Yeah.
EverQuest has served its time in my space, like in my heart. Like, I'm still going to like it. I'm not leaving. It's not
Yeah.
dead to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people via new current administration of the game have had some mass exodus things because of some decisions and some events that have happened in EverQuest culture. But like for me, it's like I'm still gonna like that game. Like I'm not gonna burn the bridge for that in my headspace because of something. Like it still told some really cool stories to me, but
Yeah.
it set up a perfect foundation for me with Monsters and Memories because of they took all the systems that I really loved about EverQuest and like classic. I'm a classic guy. Like
Yeah.
hence I'm a P99 nerd as some of the people like to call it, right? Like, oh yeah, dude, absolutely. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna make it needlessly tedious because I enjoy that. Like like it lets me feel like I've worked for it and I've earned it. Uh but the sauce that I think that Eminem really hits, there's too many to tell, really. But I think the very first time, and I think I keep touching on this while we're talking right now. I'm thinking about it. I think the big thing is there's mystery. Um,
Yeah.
I I won't know everything, and that's okay. And I've kind of developed like a process of playing games recently where I'm not going to use a wiki. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go and like take the easy way to find the answer. Instead, I'm gonna like talk to community. Like, hey man, I found this note. Like, and they might use the wiki, right? Like, but I'm just kind of like, I like the concept if more people did this, where like, hey guys, I found this thing. Let's work together. Like I was too late to the game or too dumb to the game in EverQuest to like be like a person to figure something out, right? Like I was just a kid. Like I'm not going to
Yeah.
do that, and like my priorities were a little bit different. But like right now, I'm streaming this video game and having a great time discovering all of this stuff. And there's the sense of like community that I think this game really nails because it finally feels like I have to actually talk to players in the game. I can say like, hey, like where do I go here? Like OOC, right? It feels like, hey, where's this? Like there's tons of people that will never talk to anybody ever.
Hmm.
I think I said this in your stream. There's those that will come in, play this game, never talk to anyone, so never ask a question, die, and then leave because they're like, I couldn't figure it out. It's just, I couldn't do it. And they didn't even think to
Yeah.
ask anybody because
Yeah.
we're so used to this in gaming culture where it's like, no, you
Absolutely.
get out
Yeah.
of here. Have you tried Alt F4? Like,
Yeah.
like we're so used to that. We're so ingrained versus like people are genuinely helpful here. And um, it feels like there's just a good energy that is
It, yeah,
infused in this game. Like it has that it checks a lot of boxes for me, where I'm intrigued by um exploration, and they don't let me go everywhere all at once, right? Like rogue is kind of like a little bit of a cheat code, but like there's still places you can't go as a rogue,
that's
right?
right. Yeah, there's some mobs that see invis. There's
Yeah.
places I can't get to. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But
Yep.
like it's just so cram packed full of content that I'm like, this is really neat.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I can
amazing.
see saying,
Even if it ships right now, I'm ready
yeah.
for it with what we
I'll
currently
play.
have. Yeah.
I know not everybody is on that boat, but I'm there. Like I'll do it. I'll play it now. Like,
Yeah.
I would do it absolutely. I think Nick was saying like that even in the goal of most zones is to have the ability to level where you want. So like you could stay in Night Harbor from 1 to 60. Like you could do it if you wanted to. Like
Wow.
so
Wow.
Ultra Pissed over on Twitch is like whenever the game starts, I think he started a guild called the Night Harbor Celibacy Club, where it's like you can't leave and you only can stay in Night Harbor.
Oh,
So
interesting. I'm
you
sure
on the 60 there.
that'll be a
If
fun
you want
challenge
to.
run. I bet you there's people that are gonna try
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's great.
100%. Well, it's like you're gonna kill it. Like it's crazy how well thought out it is. Um, if you like assuming once everybody like spaces out and there's not 7 million people in Night Harbor at every playtest, right? Because the game
Hmm.
just will have the ability to open up. And when the servers get better and the net code gets better and everything feels smoother and smoother as time goes on,
Hmm.
those kind of challenge runs become a little bit more feasible, right?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
because like right now, like 700 people in the zone, it's a little laggy. Not gonna not call a spade, right? But it just happens. Uh,
Yep.
but the secret sauce to me is just the questions that it makes me ask myself as a human and be like, I am intrigued, and the social elements of the game, and just a small group of buds going out into a world and like, because I'm a human in real life on Earth. Like the closest I can get to that is like going camping, right? But I'm not killing monsters. I'm not shooting magic out of my fingers. I'm not doing that. Like that's not what's happening, right? So this is like my experience of like feels very alive, D&D,
Yeah.
very energetic, very just the spirit of adventure of this game is really high.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time?
Oh, dude,
Are we
I
good?
got you. I can hang it for another hour.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
I'll have to drop in a meeting.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah, let me know. Trying to be conscious of that. So let's focus on Bard specifically. So
Sure.
these are some Bard specific questions and kind of class related questions in general. So you've spent real time as a Bard in Monsters and Memories. You're also a bit of a Bard in real life, I guess you could say. And what's the appeal of Bard for you personally? I'm assuming that's because you're a musician. And yeah, well, go ahead first. Sorry.
Sure. Yeah. So like there's a natural incline to bard for me. Like my top three classes that I always play in every one of these games is a druid, a ranger, and a bard. I like
Okay.
I like the nature thing. I like helper classes
Mm,
as a goal, right? So I think ranger is really helpful while also being like exploratory, right? So help explore occasional damage, right? I'm not big on like I need to do the most damage.
isn't it beautiful that this game has resurrected like the mythical fourth pillar? Like typically now MMOs are like tank heal DPS, pretty standard. Everything's homogenized, which I don't like. That's why I left Final Fantasy 14. But the mythical fourth pillar is back, the support class.
Yeah,
You know,
it's awesome. Well, and then being able to play a support class as a I think this game does really well what EverQuest did, where it's like you like an enchanter historically
yep.
is built like a support class,
Hmm. Yep.
but it's one of the most effective levelers in the game. Like
Yeah.
in all of it, like and they can do more because their kit starts weak but gets bigger and more
Yeah.
expansive.
Yeah, that's always the
Um,
impression that I got with enchanters because I tried to get into an enchanter. I'm not into support classes
yeah.
at all. I really appreciate people that can do it. It takes a whole different breed. But I was like, man, this just seems weak to me, kind of. But there's kind of,
Yep.
what's that saying? They're more than the sum of their parts because they can do so
Oh yeah.
much. They can contribute. They can really enhance the group. They can
Mhm.
debuff mobs while the party's buffed. Same thing with bards. And
Yeah.
do you think that should be the bard role? Just kind of gluing the group together, pulling support, maybe buffer, debuffer, the king of utility.
Yeah.
Do you get that
I
sense with the bard in this game?
So the thing that intrigues me about Bard in EverQuest and in M&M is that it has a low barrier to entry, but
Hmm.
a ridiculous ceiling cap, like on the skills, right? So like at any point in time, like there's gonna be people that are gonna play the game, like and this is historic. Like people have been into EverQuest and like they'll have like a bard join their group and they're a mana pump song guy. That's it. That's their role. They sing one song, they pump mana, and that's their job.
Yeah.
But if you have an active bard, like, or that's someone's like second character that they've logged in, right? Whatever. That's a good thing to have, right? Not going to bash it. It does its work. It does a job. But when you have someone that actively going into bard world, like I'm making my group hit faster, I'm slowing the mob, I'm regenerating health, I'm regenerating mana, I'm giving us buffs, enhancements, I'm snaring, I'm doing whatever, right? There's lots of roles in there. I'm the puller in my group
Hmm.
because I love pulling. I can go for I'll just poll for 16 hours. Like I'll just do it. Like again, another one, another one,
Yeah.
another one. And
No, it's
historically
great.
speaking, if you're in a group with me, we don't rest. Like you are always at least half mana. Like
Yeah.
at most half mana.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I was going to say about a stream. Every time I tune in, you're always active, you're always looking, you're scouting
Yeah.
ahead, you're pulling, you're always moving. I've never
Yeah.
seen like a dull moment. It's great. And
Yeah. Well, and that
it's
just speaks to me as like a human. Like I can't play a mage. Like I
yeah.
cannot do it. Where it's like, all right, I sit here, get him.
Yeah, you just get up, cast a spell, sit back down. Yep.
Get him. Like
Yeah,
I can't do it. I can't do it. So it's like
I love it. I love it.
I like having those classes that move. And I think in historically in this game and in EverQuest specifically, or any game that is an MMO, pullers to a camp see more of the game than anyone else.
Yeah.
And learn a lot more mechanics than anyone else because you need to know more. Like you get to see how it all works. Like, all right, cool. I know that I can go here. We can go here. You kind of like
Yeah.
guide the camp a little bit, right? So you learn more. Um,
Yeah.
so I like doing that. So that's why that role kind of intrigues me the most. So while it is support, um, if there was another bard in my group, my group would actually probably benefit really well. So like you could have two bards in there. Right now in the current development of M&M, I don't think that's as effective just because there's not a ton of diversity of song, right? So like if you're a bard and I'm a bard, we could split some songs, but like we're gonna overlap. Like unless you're sitting there
Interesting.
doing DPS at the same time, like with your dot songs,
Interesting.
um,
Okay.
like even if we were the same level, right?
Hmm.
Because it's not like we can double stack them. That's fine too. Like that doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
We don't need to double stack them. It's just more of trying to make sure that we get to go out there and get those toys developed. So I love this iteration of Bard comparative to EverQuest. I
Okay.
think I enjoy it more.
Interesting. Yeah, that's what I was going to
Honestly,
ask you. Sorry, in EverQuest, remember how bards used to have like there was that bandolier function? I dabbled in bard a
yeah,
little bit. I didn't mess with it too much, but actually one of the fun things about pulling, those super efficient groups where you go, you pull the mob, you bring it back to the group, the tank they taunt it off of you, the group is killing,
yeah,
but it's dying so
back
fast.
out again.
You pretty much have to go back out. So kind of experience
Yeah,
it's a different part of the game where you're helping the group and your songs are ticking and stuff, but you already got to go, you got to keep them coming.
yeah.
That's kind of an interesting thing to me, so I might dabble in bard eventually. But do you remember in EverQuest how they had the bandolier system where
Mhm.
you have to swap out instruments and then put your weapons, and is there any of that happening
There's
in
not an active bandolier, but what you can do,
yeah.
is you know how you could put item slots on your hotbar back in EverQuest?
Yep.
It's the same thing. So like I on my character, I have my like I think it's like 8 inventory slots that are open. Like and you have your bags and you have like your 8 normal slots that you can just put stuff in.
Yep.
Um I have my secondary on my bar and then all of my instruments in a row. So I can just like click, 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 click if I need to. Generally speaking, though, I would say that 99% of the gameplay that I have, if I'm pulling in a group and playing, I've got my loot out just because it affects my attack speed buff, my HP regen, my mana regen. So it's like it's the most cost effective instrument for me to have. In solo play, if I'm running in circles and kiting and swarming and things, I'll use a drum, my lute, and my brass, just kind of switch out as needed. The lute takes a back seat there just because there's no string songs I'm singing, right?
Yeah.
I'm just constantly doing damage and charming. So I see like I think generally speaking the least used instrument unless you're doing exploratory things is the flute just because wind instruments generally affect your sight spells like I'm invisible. They affect some charm spells, some lull, some things of that nature. I think there's really cool mechanics in there, but
Beautiful.
it's still being worked on. The skills are still coming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good things in the game in all classes, but I think in Bard historically, it's like had a lot of toys, right?
Yeah.
So like not all of them are useful, but they're really cool. Like a song of sustenance or something, right? So like if you've ever been out adventuring, you're like, I can't regenerate mana because I don't have any food or water. Uh, I I like the concept of there's a song that makes you're not hungry or thirsty, so you can actually regenerate mana. So like your food doesn't need to consume food. Like I like that that's such a
Beautiful.
niche thing,
Yeah.
right? Like that doesn't exist in M&M yet. But I like that concept of I can go there or like me and my group. I have a big fascination with like going out into the ocean. Like
Oh,
everywhere. I'm
wow.
like there's something intriguing about there. So like I love the shoals and like my team that I play with usually gives me shit about it because they're like I'm like we got to go to the ocean, guys. We got to go out there.
I did a lot of swimming. I did a lot of swimming this play test, and the water just looks incredible. There's something to for
Yeah.
me. I always say I'm kind of horrified by what dangers lurk like deep into the
Yeah.
ocean, and I don't know if there's anything in there yet. I don't want to know, but it's just like, oh man, I got to be careful. But the water, like the effects, is great. They did an amazing
Well,
job.
and because they have such a huge draw distance,
Yes.
you can it's like one of the few things like while I can't see below, I can see everything around me. And so I can like start to swim to that island. Oh, I see. What's that place? What's that lighthouse on top of there? I'm going to swim to that one. Right. And so many people will never explore that. And or because it's an inconvenience to swim. Like my swim is like 93.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but only because my character is taller. So it has the shallow shoals. Like I can run on some parts versus like Jelly Sound, who's a fighter, but he's a goblin. He has to swim everywhere.
Nice.
So he's at 100.
Nice.
So like
That's awesome.
it's just kind of like one of these things of we're going out there, we're swimming, we're exploring. It lends itself really well to I can see all these things I can go to, but counter to what you're saying, what lies beneath? Like, I don't know. I can't see it. So it's okay.
Wow, he's fast.
I was like, where'd he go? Sorry, one sec.
No worries.
Looking for the controller for the cars? I don't have it in here, buddy. I think it's out there with mama. It's out there, buddy. 3 year old, 3 year old world. He's looking for the
Oh,
chargers for
it's
the controllers.
so cute. So cute.
We're looking for these. We're looking for these race cars that Gigi got. Um, yeah, like I've lost my train of thought, but like there's this idea of like what lies beneath
Yeah.
is I can't see it immediately, so it's automatically intriguing to me,
Yeah, it is.
right? Like I don't.
One of the
Yeah.
big mysteries for me
Oh, go on.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Are we good? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So yeah, one of the
yeah,
big mysteries for me is that so we were killing crocs over there in shaded dunes, like on the left side, and you could kind of see like where the castle is, but you could see that boat out in the ocean, and I was like, oh man, what's that boat out there? Has anyone got a chance? And I don't know if someone was trolling me or not. They're like, no, don't go in the water. There's monsters and stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever. But then I was exploring on my rogue. This is like several playtests later, and actually even this time. So one of the things I tried to do, so I went from Fallen Pass, I snuck around all the way through the whole zone. I got to the part there by the water, and I went into Vale of Zintar, and I actually tried to get to that boat, but it was a bit of a troll. I don't know if maybe I was like in a weird corner of the zone, but it zoned me out back out, and the boat was even farther away. And then when I would try to get close to it, it would just zone me out. So I don't know if maybe I was just missing something, but
No,
I forgot what I was
there's
going with
still
that.
those.
But
Well, like
yeah,
exploratory, like there's something out there. Like what's out there,
yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah.
Like
Yep. It's
there's still those
beautiful.
things you don't
Why is that boat there? What's it doing? Who's on it?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
great.
yeah. What are they doing out there? Can I go out there? Can I bring my boat there?
Yeah.
Like, because they've hinted at like that expedition system of like building a boat, buying a boat, renting a boat, chartering a boat,
Okay,
and
beautiful.
like going out there. And I like the idea of games pushing exploration again.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. How do you
Yeah.
feel about underwater zones potentially? Like
Love it.
on the topic of swimming, you're into it? Okay,
I
cool.
Kedge Keep is one of my favorite zones of all time because I'm that psycho. Um,
Nice. Nice.
just because it tells so many stories
See,
of
and
like a
then
forgotten time.
we still talk about it even today because it
Yeah.
was such an interesting idea, you know?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Like it's really cool. Like we were actually in one today, like not last night. Sorry, not today. Um, what is time? There's a
Yeah.
zone in the game called Grimtide Sanctum, which is
Okay.
full of water goblins.
Oh,
Which is
beautiful.
horrifying because they're shaman, and the shaman mobs are the worst mobs you ever fight in any game ever because they can slow you, they can dot you, they can heal,
Yeah.
they can do
Yeah,
everything, right?
shamans are
They're a
tough.
nightmare.
They're very
They're a
tough. Yeah.
nightmare, everyone. But you zone in, and I found this it's a secret zone again, like it's a hidden zone. Um,
Oh,
but it's not that hidden. Like it's easier to find than the grain cellar, in my opinion. Um,
okay.
but as long as you like
Interesting.
ask those questions, you can discover those things. But like you go down in there, and we were killing in there yesterday, and we were under leveled, but like there were things were like I was 47, and things were like starting to be yellow and white con. So like we have a group average level of probably 44.
Hmm.
Um, we're in there doing some things and like trying our best. We ended up getting defeated, but it was still just such a cool experience to be in this underwater zone. And I think
It's awesome.
I think I saw on Sean's stream, there's plans for like an underwater area in Scarwood. And we found the entrance yesterday. There's a big lake out there. I don't know if you made your way out there yet.
Not a whole
In
lot, but
Scarwood. Okay.
I haven't explored it a whole
There's
lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton. Honestly, there's not a ton there, but there will be, and so it's going to be really cool. Like every zone,
It's
like it
beautiful.
starts bare bones, then it kind of grows and grows and grows and grows.
Yeah.
Um, but there's this really cool underwater area, like, and you can see it. Like it looks like this underwater building, like it was like ripped open.
Hmm.
So like it's kind of like I like to equate it to like a side of a submarine, but something escaped, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that'd be
So
really interesting to see. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like
yeah,
there's some like skeleton ruins over there kind of in the ocean by the Kearns Tower, and you can kind of see the little spires sticking out. So you go swim down in there. There's this whole little area of like undead skeletons. It's a necromancer playground, but I love that kind of stuff. I love
yeah,
just kind of seeing
yeah.
something, seeing if we can swim down in there. I'm sure enduring breath will be a thing or ways to allow us to breathe underwater, and it's definitely a concept that I think should be explored more because there's another
Right.
layer to it. Then it's like, because, usually, so the game, we're on a 2D plane. So we're basically going, you can jump, but you're basically just going left and right, up and down, whatever. But an underwater zone, you can swim up and down. There's
Yeah.
probably like bubbles and stuff in your face you can't see. It's
Right.
it's like another layer to it. There's confusion. Imagine getting feared or blinded underwater, and you don't know which way you're swimming. That like I'd be very curious to see what they do with stuff like that. It's beautiful. Um,
100%.
Okay, so let's go. So one of the other things you mentioned that you did like the Monsters and Memories Bard over the
Yeah.
EverQuest Bard. So
Yeah.
do you so do you prefer classes being simple and kind of more social? That was just a question that I had. It seems like that's the answer. Or do you prefer more complex classes with
Um,
like heavy rotations and crazy buttons and stuff?
so
What?
I'm super on record of saying I'm not a big fan of slash melody on bards
Oh,
because I feel uh, like, and people are like, oh, my carpal tunnel. I'm like, I always say, let my bones turn to dust. Like, turn my bones to dust before I let the melody happen. Right.
yeah.
Because there's something about this game. And I was talking to Broken Stoic about this. He's like, because he likes a draw
Broken
line.
Stoic's great.
Um, yeah, like, and we were talking about Bard World because like there's melody in that, and I like the melody in that. I think it makes sense. It's there, but there's something inherently grounding about me playing Bard and Eminem with my by me hitting to hit like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I feel like I am actively playing my character
Yeah,
versus I'm passively like, here's some buffs, everybody. Everybody stand near me. Here's your buffs. Like, look at me. Like it's and versus like you can like look around in the game. So in Monsters and Memories, like even though I know where my main buffs live in the 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm still playing the game with like my right hand, like left mouse. Like I'm like looking all over, spinning my camera around, looking around while still just kind of like passively like doing this. And I think they do really great in this game because of um I'm still looking at the screen. I am playing the game versus some games that are really like technically challenging. You're just playing cooldown whack-a-mole, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like I think when you get inundated with I have 50 skills and they all live on my bar, but there's I can bind them to like shift up, shift down, control alt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like they have like these crazy sets of skills. Like I think like PvP and WoW, right? There's something really magical about that. Like if you're a good skilled player at that, that's really, really cool. But the average player can't access that, right? Versus I can play a bard, I can still hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and like I can still do my job. Like I don't have to be pulling and doing all these extras twists and there, like and doing technical keyboard strokes, but I can. And so that's why I like the bard in that regard, or um, other like skill-based classes. Anything with a lot of toys I really enjoy. Like I'm not a
Beautiful.
big necromancer player just because I don't like necromancer shadow knights because I'm not a thematically like uh I feel like there's only one theme of necromancers and it's death,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
kill, death, sweat lord, edgy.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's what I think of those things, right?
yeah.
Um, it's not like they all are, but like I think it'd be really cool if like there was a good function of necromancers, like in like they're used in a hospital to like bring this guy back to ask him questions, like in like an interrogator, like inquisitor sense, right? Like bring him back to like let's ask him some questions, like. But it always turns into this area like I'm a necromancer. I live in a cave and I bring people back from the dead, and I'm shunned by
Yeah,
society. They'll
yeah,
never understand me. Like they feel as very like that versus like thematic like a druid as a helper, right? Like
yeah,
there's a lot of assistance, a lot of
yeah.
tools that can go out there. Oh, you need a port, dude? Oh, you need a buff? You need regen? Like, let me help you, dude. And I think
Beautiful,
that's just like
beautiful.
maybe that's the energy of like teacher energy, right?
Hmm.
Like, where it's like, how do I help?
Yeah,
Like that's just like it
I,
identifies more with me as a character. Um, but I do think Necromancer in this game feels less selfish
yeah.
than others.
No, I love that. I love that. I love the variety. There's a class for every player. The races are different. The classes all are unique. Do you think that MMO classes are basically solved at this point? Do you think there's any more room to innovate on that without losing the soul?
I think Eminem kind of does that. Like, because an example
Yeah.
of that is like, so Pantheon tried doing some tank differentiation, right? There's the Paladin, which is designed to like undead tank, right? There, which is not new or innovative. But there's like the Dire Lord, which is a magic based uh, a spell tank essentially. Like
Yep.
once that's developed and used in that way, and then there's like you're obviously your warrior, which is like, hi, I'm big, I'm beefy, I hit, help, hurt, right?
Yeah.
In Eminem, I like that there's there's the multiple types of tanks. Like there's fighter, inquisitor, like the spell tank,
Hmm.
different knights, shadow knight, and or and a paladin right there, like ready to go. Like, and obviously that's only counting like your plate wearers,
Hmm.
right? So you can kind of get in there, like be like a dodge tank, or like your rangers can tank. Like
Yeah.
classes that I didn't expect to exist, like the spell blade, like the
Yeah, that's
and
an interesting one.
yeah, like spell sword is like an older um like a natural combination that's happened in many games before, where it's like I'm a
Yeah.
wizard, I'm a fighter, spell sword, like the spell blade comes in perfect there, or like the inquisitor, like I'm an enchanter tank, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
That
hit
one's
with.
really interesting. I'm curious to see how that one's new to me. That's really cool. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have a lot of really cool gameplay mechanics, and people are like, ugh, inquisitors are bad. I'm like,
Yeah.
shut up, nerd. Just
Or like
no one's making you play them.
the archer and ranger thing. Yeah, some people
Yeah,
think that class should maybe be combined. There's certainly similarities, but yeah, definitely a lot
yeah.
of differences as well. So
Well, and
cool.
I love the concept of the archer. Like I've not played one. I've only observed some people like Primus MMOs, like playing an archer. He's like level 28 or something.
Okay.
And he likes the skills that go with it. And like anything that goes with those martial classes, like you don't have a lot of like new skills you're getting, right? Because you doing more damage is the benefit.
Yeah.
So like you don't get like a new toy every 4 levels, for lack of a better term, right? Like the spellcasters do. But you are always getting stronger. You are doing more damage. You are becoming. You're like falling into your own of sustained damage. So like I like the concept of like the archer being a martial ranged class, because that's something that's missing in there. Like a even like a dagger thrower, right? But like that's very pared down.
Hmm.
Uh, like I like the concept that they've come up with and said, oh, this is a new take on this. Like you could just be a fighter that shoots bows, or you could just be the ranger where I only do ranged attacks. But I think ranger at its heart was always a combination of a warrior and a druid, right? So you have like a nature
Yep.
fighter, which is
Yep.
not an archer. Like
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
so like archer would be like I'm defending the walls, but I'm a longbowman. So it's like they're not good at tracking. They're just good at shooting. Like
That's a really
so
interesting way to look at that. Yeah, that's badass. I like that.
yeah. Like it's so it just kind of fits in there. Like I think there's really cool things that exist, and I like that humans are the only ones that can be inquisitors, because I think this is just playing a little bit of tongue in cheek into real world. I think humans are naturally distrusting. So I like the concept of like an inquisitor being like a interrogative, like mind control. Tell me more. Where
Yeah.
is it? Like
Yeah.
very like it feels very torture focused, but it could
Yeah.
not also be, right? It's like it's like
Yeah.
it's like defending against spies. You
Yeah.
know?
Beautiful.
So like I
Beautiful.
don't know. I like it.
Is there anything, is there any class that you'd like to see added, like any type of class in the future, or maybe like even a race in particular? You pretty, I mean, obviously the deep races are getting
Yeah.
added, but I think
Right.
I think M&M actually covers. I mean, they cover pretty much everything, really.
It's a pretty big
It's
smattering of things, right? Like
yeah,
I was talking to
yeah.
Zukin um yesterday. He like we needed a healer, and he was like wanting to check out his shaman. And so he jumped in and played his shaman. And I was talking about like the mandrake. Like that was listed as like a race for a while. Like it's like a plant guy.
Hmm.
Um if you I don't know if you've done this before, but you can cycle through like things that can attach to your health bar. If you middle mouse click it
Oh, do you know
in the
what?
game.
I don't believe I have.
Yeah. Well, if you do, there's like
Wow.
7 of them or 9 of them, but there's like little gems, and one of them is like this little dude hanging on the side of
Oh,
your
oh,
health
do you
bar,
know
and that's the
what? I
mandrake.
have messed with that. Interesting, but I kind of looked at that one time and haven't messed with it. That's cool. See,
Yeah.
there's so much customization to it. It's a lot more than people realize with the
Mhm.
UI, you know.
Right. Well, like, and like people come in all the time, like, how'd you get that little mini stats window? Or
Yeah,
like you have
yeah,
like you open your inventory, and there's like the little arrow that lets you shrink down your stats
yeah.
so you can make more room for activities, right? Like there's so much cool stuff that exists in there that
Hmm.
I think just a lot of people sometimes don't realize or don't care to look at, or like don't. I think it just comes down to we're trained as creatures a lot of times in MMOs to uh not think and go grind, right? Versus if we can go out there and just, man, I really like to see this, right? I think we get in a bad box of, I like this game. I want to take this game and make this game like that I like. This game
Yeah.
doesn't do this. I hate that. I want it game.
Yeah.
Like,
And you're
make
right.
that game then.
First of all, it's incredibly difficult to pivot like that. But even if they do try to appeal to that person, it's like you said earlier, that's going to be the person. They never say anything. They go out there, they die,
Yeah.
and 5 minutes later, they're done with the game and be
Yeah.
like, oh, this game sucks. So yeah,
Right. Yeah, and like,
this
and I think anytime someone watches like a Loving Robots stream, they're like, they come in. I love listening to Sean answer those questions
he's
because
great.
I'm
He's
not a
great.
game designer.
He's very
Like, he has
stoic.
the experience.
Yeah,
And he's like, yeah, no, that's like we're not gonna change that. So
yeah.
sounds like you just don't like the game, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And I love that. I love they're sticking to their guns. And then a lot of people too, I had a video about this. It's like just because they ignored your question or maybe they just don't think that's a good idea, you got to filter out the data somehow. Don't take it as a personal attack that, this dev disrespected me. They didn't put my idea into the game and
right,
it's there's a lot of
like
that I don't like in the space.
right. Well, ideas are cheap, right? And like
Right.
if you're a helper on the team, like, and you want to make some, it's like it goes back to society. Like if you want to make a difference, be the change you want to see in the world, right? Go do things. Go do it. If you don't like it, make a game. Like make a game. Like go do the things. If you have a really cool concept, try. Like it's gonna take you time, but I think we
Yeah.
get we get I don't want to do it. Like I have tons of ideas that I will never act on. But I say sometimes like, it'd be really cool if this exists. And like streamer privilege is a thing a lot of the time where it's like, hey, I
Yeah.
happen to have a platform and I don't ever want to use it to like make things better for me, but better for we, right? So like there's things that I just really enjoy because I think the RP of that aspect of it, or like my character telling stories, is always the main focus of my gameplay. And I think tools that allow other people to tell those stories without cheapening your experience is always my goal. Like, oh, like here's a thing that would be a cool concept as like a spell for like Ultra brings this up, like a ranger or an enchanter or something, like making like a little tent that's an illusionary tent over your campfire that still counts as sheltered, so
That's
that you
cool.
could,
That's a great
like, it's not
idea.
really there. It doesn't have to be there, but like
Yeah.
right now you don't gain rested experience if it's raining, if you're not if like a sandstorm is going on, but like a little portable shield,
That's
essentially, or like
beautiful.
I've
I love that.
prepared a shelter in some way that makes this sheltered campfire more accessible to us.
I love
Maybe
that.
we'll sit
Yeah.
closer to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like it gives you that option to still like play in there. And it's a very niche spell, right? Like it's not something you're always going to keep on the bar.
Or maybe
Get
maybe
the sandstorms and like I don't know.
yeah, no, it's beautiful. Or maybe it can be like a trade skill thing. Maybe you can sacrifice your backpack slot or something to carry like a big thing to help your
Yeah.
party or something. I think
Right.
that's a beautiful idea. Can I just say I also love the campfires in the distance, how you can see like, oh man, there's
Oh,
there's a group out there killing stuff.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that would kind of add to that, a little shield or something that they could cast. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Like something there. Like, and it doesn't have to be something big or crazy. Like,
Yeah.
because there's something that's I think this game is really great in its simplicity. Like, and even if that never got added, it wouldn't matter, right? Um, maybe there's like a certain type of campfire that like doesn't get affected by rain. Like I don't know. Like they can do whatever they're gonna do. Like I'm just some nerd, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but I
Yeah,
like
me
the
too.
concept that the campfire brings people together. We were talking about at the tail end of your stream where like I'm borrowing this guy's campfire. Like it's naturally inviting to say like, hey, dude, how's it going? Like, let me sit by your fire. Let's spin yarns together.
Yeah, I
Which
love
if it
it.
happened in real life is super weird because you're
Yeah.
like, what do you do? Why are you? I'm just roasting marshmallows, dude. Like,
Yeah, no,
I
for
have tits
sure.
right there. Please go away.
For
Like,
sure. That would be weird. But I love it. I love the simplicity of it. And I tell you, I just hope it doesn't get to a time that isn't it crazy that the most simple things are just the most beautiful. And I hope we don't ever
yeah,
get to the point in the game where it's just like, we have godlike powers and we're flying through space. And I'm not into that whole thing.
right.
I just love the hero's journey. I love that your character is just a traveler going through the world. There's nothing godlike
Yeah,
about it. It's just you're just a normal person in the world just trying to make your way. It's such a beautiful thing.
right. Like the thing that happened in EverQuest, like where they wanted people to go to EverQuest too, and so the Planes of Power, you kill all the gods. It's a natural ending to that game, and yet
Yeah.
I next expansion, I'm like, I'm in the desert. Like, but these are how strong. These are stronger than the gods. the gods, like,
Yeah,
why is
that's
this here? So
that's why Planes of Power is the perfect time for EverQuest to end for me. That's why I like Quorum so much. I'm playing a little bit of Project Quorum, but yeah, that classic era to about Planes of Power or so is the perfect EverQuest for me. You know.
right, like it has enough for me to do, and I don't have to like the world gets so expansive to where you never see anybody. Um, and I like that they go by saying like these are not starter cities, these are cities. Like in the team, like the dev team is like these are not just where you start. These are places, these are hubs, these are cultural hubs. So if you wanted to come back to town, like not everything is going to have a little town sprinkled here and there. Like you might have like a little settlement, like a couple buildings, like I'm thinking about like when you walk through West Corona, there's like a couple farms there. Like that's those farms sustain um the crops of Kinos, right? Like that's what does that. That's what there's where these things are grown, right? I like that there's thoughts of infrastructure in the game. Like how does this city get water? There's an aqueduct running from the mountains in M&M to the
Oh
city.
shit! Yeah, yeah,
You're
that's
like
right.
you're like, like, like I love thinking about those kind of things. I'm super happy that there's some people on the team. Like, it doesn't have to be so expansive. Like, this farm is not big enough to sustain this population. Like, it doesn't have to be that. Like, come on, give it some grace, right? Give it a little bit of that. But I like that there's logistics that have been thought out.
Yeah.
Like, why would this? Why would they be here? Like,
Hmm.
Night Harbor makes sense to be there as a cultural hub. It's access to an ocean. It has access to a tributary. It's there. It makes sense as a gathering point, right?
Beautiful. Yeah.
So yeah, like I just like that there's the world is being built, like not just uh like EverQuest you expanded beyond and then like you're going to the moon. You're like, all right, cool, it's one less place I'm going. Versus like the deep expansion in the module one
Hmm.
from M. Like it's I'm still in the world, but this is underneath me. Like it's a whole set of series here already. Like, and the moon did that
It's gonna be great.
uh Lucin, Lockley, I don't care what you
Man,
call
dude,
it.
the whole time I've called it Luceland because it just sounds cool to me.
Yeah,
Luceland, you know, lucid and like
yeah,
the moon, it's mysterious. But everyone's like, no,
yeah,
dude, it's Luckland. Didn't you know?
yeah,
I was like, oh
yeah.
man.
Well, and I
But
do the same thing with it's like Antonica, but I always call it Antonica, like because I like the way it rings better.
oh yeah, oh wow, interesting. I haven't heard that one. I like it. Wow. I always say Antonica, but yeah, wow, hell yeah.
Or like I always called it Quanos. There's no U, but
Yeah, I did too. Quanos, that's another one. It's
yeah.
Kinos apparently. You know,
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like
it doesn't
nerds are gonna be
matter.
mad. But it's like kind of like the people say like, well, actually, that's the wrong there. Like they like you have this really thought out post. You use the wrong there in paragraph
Exactly.
one,
Yep.
sentence two. Like,
So that invalidates
yeah,
everything you said. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Irrelevant. This man doesn't know. So
Yeah.
there's like a weird like gatekeeping nerd stuff that I don't love in some of these games. Or like I think Eminem does a really great job as its community. It says, "Come play,
Yeah.
come check, come hang out with
Dude,
us."
it's amazing.
Um,
Yeah, I love the community. Incredible.
yeah, yeah. I forgot the original question. What were we talking about?
I think I was just we were talking about is oh man, yeah, I just
Yeah,
yeah. How,
matter. I have a
how
good time.
how are we doing on time? Are we good? I believe
Yeah,
that
I got like 30 minutes more.
so this is all the M&M stuff that I had unless you want to add more unless we missed something. You
Yeah,
brought up a lot of interesting points. Yeah, the locations make sense. I
yeah,
personally like the kind of like the I don't know if you want to call it Arabic or whatever, like the inspiration of the
yeah,
city, like
yeah,
the dome and the desert and all that stuff. That's
yeah.
kind of environments that I'm not particularly like. I like ice places. I like places with ice and
Yeah.
frost and forests and stuff, which I should explore Evershade more. But the desert really grew on me because in EverQuest, I never leveled on that side of the world. I hated Freeport. I was a Queen Kino's guy, whatever.
Me too. Me too.
Like
Me too.
the Desert of Ro, Oasis of Mar, they're cool and stuff, but like I never really I was like, yeah, it's all right. I liked more of the other
They're
parts of
desert.
the world.
They're
But I love
deserted.
this. I love this. It feels like it's Northrow, the desert. It's an
Yeah.
evolution. It's I love there's so many little things and it's amazing, dude, even for me. So like I've only seen, believe it or not, I've just seen I talk about this all the time. Basically like the main city area there and then
Mhm.
Shaded Dunes and Fallen Pass. That's all I've done. I've basically leveled in
Love
like
it.
two zones, and that's it. But to me, it's
When,
great.
yeah,
That's why I'm just now exploring. I mean, I popped into Ancient Crypt, I popped into Wormsbane just a little
yeah,
bit, but in general, I've just been in the desert area, and
yeah,
there's so much to see and do, and it's amazing.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
think I
that,
managed to go to every
yeah,
zone that I know that exists so far.
that's great. That's
I
great.
think. I think.
Is there one that's really impressed you? Like, is there anything that kind of really stood out to you that if you can't talk about it or don't want to spoil it, that's fine. But is there
No,
anything that like really stands out?
I
To,
get really excited about all of them, but I love the concept of mini dungeons. So like the very first one that we ever experienced, and it's kind of busted. Like Sean was watching us this one time. You're like, it feels like forever ago now.
yeah,
There's a mini crypt in Shaded Dunes. I don't know if you've ever done that,
a mini crypt.
or like,
Sounds
yeah, it's
familiar.
it's full of spiders. You would know.
Oh, yes, 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 I have.
Yeah.
I actually died there stupidly. I was trying to get the poison dagger and I was like, I'm level like 20 something. I was like, let me go in there and just
Nope.
gank this spider.
Nope. They destroy
Yeah.
their poison is vicious. But like that's
Yes.
just one of the coolest experiences. We were there, like, and some of the way mobs interacted with the server, and like there was someone on the ground. Like it's just like it's alpha. It's not a complete thing. Um, we would go in there and like have a fun experience. And Sean was like,
I
"All
love
right,
that.
have fun with this one, guys." Like he's just sitting there on his little gnome, like, "All right, show me. What are you guys gonna do?" But like there's those little concepts of mini dungeons or like little chunks of the world where you don't go to. Like there's one in Glass Flats. It's still open dungeon. It's still Glass Flats, but you can go in there and like there's enough room for groups to like multiple groups to be there. Like it's not a zone itself, but it's in. But like Grain Cellar is like a good concept of like you could have maybe two groups in. Um, in a mini crib, you could have maybe two tops, like a entrance group and a deep group, right? But realistically, I like that concept of like we're here adventuring. We found this spot. Let's go in here.
Yeah.
Uh, but there's the most intriguing zone that I don't know enough about yet is a dungeon. Maybe I don't know what it is. In Shallow Shoals, there's an island that's like a mountain, and there's an archaeologist on the island, and
Oh,
he has like unearthed a pillar, and outside the pillar has like three smaller pillars, and if you inspect it, like they say like it looks like something should go here, and it reminds me very much of like playing Zelda Ocarina of Time with like the three like pieces of the world, like the one from the Dongo Mountain, the one from Kakariko Forest, the Zora place, and you put them all there, and then like something happens, and I don't know what it is. But
yeah.
inside this, there's like something called like Sacred Grove or something. I don't remember what the name is, but it's just a small zone. There's no NPCs in it yet. And in the center, when you go in,
Interesting.
there's just like a glowing tree,
Interesting.
like it has like sparkles and stuff, and it's like
Wow.
there's nothing there, and I'm like, it has so many. I have so many questions that I'm excited to see what goes on and gets developed there. Um, so we couldn't level there, but going there and experiencing and looking at it, you're like, this is cool. This is really cool. Like, what's this going to be? Like Shallow Shoals, I think is my favorite zone though, just because of the visibility and access to different leveling patterns and cultures, and people can take a boat to go through it and just get a chance to see it.
Yeah,
Right?
I love it so much. One of the things that attracted me, I came upon it because you could see like that weird, like little, like rock formation with the heads and the water kind of flowing out of it with the white. You could see
Oh
that
yeah,
from so far away,
yeah,
and it was great. Yeah, I like it as well.
yeah,
Yeah, but there's just so much to
100%,
see and do and explore. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I
100%.
can't wait to explore it myself and see other people's
Right.
reactions and you know,
Well, I'm just glad that these zones keep getting added, man. Like, good team,
yeah.
good game. Play
Yeah,
game.
and
Everybody play game.
I think currently, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know the exact number of zones in the game right now. There's not that much,
Sure.
but Nick mentioned that they're working on shipping out. I think it's going to be like
Mhm.
26 zones in early access. It's going to be
That's
huge.
awesome.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be a lot more than we even know about. So,
Right. Like, I don't know how many there are here now, but like, there's so many. Like, and this is just like the player wiki, right?
mhm.
But there's like already like 7 dungeons that people have
Yeah.
shown. Oh, Telekir. I keep forgetting about Telekir. Telekir is such a cool spot.
Telekir is cool. Yeah, I remember one stream I popped in. And see, this is we're gonna go into this here about
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
your streaming journey in general. But like one of the interesting things is like I was watching your stream. I was exhausted because I was going kind of hard myself. I went to
Yeah. Yeah.
sleep. I had an amazing night. Woke up the next day, got ready, coffee, whatever, just doing my stuff. Come back on to play the game, and it's like you're still going. And I was just like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And but I think you guys were exploring the waterfall. There was some kind of weird waterfall, and you were trying to see if there's
Yeah.
some kind of hidden thing or something with the waterfall. You guys were just trying to get up there and figure it all out. It was cool. Yeah, Telekir's an
I
interesting one.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, like in the very first time I went in there, like the amount of times I know we got other things we got to talk about.
No,
But
no,
like
no
the
worries, no
amount of
worries.
times
This is great.
yeah,
Eminem is the main focus on this. This is
yeah,
gonna be a
okay, cool.
Monsters and Memories channel. I'm a huge Monsters and Memories shill.
Yeah,
This is gonna be my
perfect.
game. I'm telling you. So
Like, yeah,
that's fine. If we
yeah,
if we don't have time to get to the other stuff, absolutely no
yeah, yeah.
worries. Hit me with the Eminem stuff.
Yeah, like the very first time we went to Telekir, it's wild to me that there's groups of people that went different ways. So like you and I took the Shaded Dunes route, right? Because we started at
Yep.
Westgate and we went out Westgate and we're like, oh, cool. Well, what's beyond here? There's crocodiles over here. Like we'd kill
Yeah.
and Wormsbane. We went up to Ancient Crypt and then we found like I was like, what's this big
Yeah.
sand slide? Like, what
Dude,
is that thing?
actually, before you get into that, do you know what's crazy? I ran right past that. I had no idea. Someone actually told me about it. So that's a whole nother thing that
Yeah,
you can miss if you
yeah,
just don't explore, you know?
yeah.
So yeah,
If you don't look,
the
yeah. And
hidden
I was like,
wall.
there's all this rock. Like, there's this rock. Like, what's that sand slide? Let me try to walk up. And I just ran through. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that's crazy. Yeah,
this
it blew my
where's the
mind.
Ashira? But
Yeah,
but we went that way, and so we were killing the Ashira, like thinking nothing of it. And then on the other side, if you go from Sungreet Strand, like you can go up the mountain, you can end
yep,
up in the back way,
yep,
which is being attacked by goblins.
yep.
Um, and so like you're like fighting the goblins or you're fighting the Ashira. Like I had no idea the goblin side even existed. Um, we leveled and killed in the Ashira all the time, burned that faction to the ground, not knowing. And then we eventually
Wow.
found some creatures in there. Like I was exploring, we leveled up, and I was like, this guy's a merchant. Like
Yeah, I've seen that too. That one named Ashira, and it's like, hey, this is for something.
there's tons of merchants.
There's something here.
Like yeah, like
Yeah,
and I was like, wait a second, this is a city.
yeah.
How can I be here? Like we found like a banker, and I was like,
And
oh,
do you know what I love? There's hints of that in the game. There's little Ashira
yeah,
outposts and little camps, and then it gets
yeah,
denser and denser and denser, and then you realize they have a whole
yeah,
dungeon dedicated to them, a whole city.
right,
Interesting. Yeah, it's
yeah.
amazing.
Or like there's a really beautiful quest line, and I would encourage everybody to do it and not look it up. And it's the unusual jackal, and that's all I'll say.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't dived too deep into it, but yeah, beautiful.
Like go
Beautiful.
down the line. There's something really magical about it, and it gets you some cool exploring.
Yeah,
Um, and kind of sets you some path on some really excellent storytelling.
man, I
Um,
love that stuff. I love it.
yeah, yeah. But like we go into Telekir and we worked our way down. I was like, there's goblins back here. Like I'm like, what? What? There's a whole mess of goblins down here. What are we doing here? What's happening? And then we found the general, like the very first. It was before the general was itemized. General Overlord, Bloody Nose, or whatever. Um, and it was our group, and we just like found a cool spot to kill him. Like, what's this little fighting pit? Do 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 do. And like Nick's in the stream, like hanging out with us, like, yeah, dude, blah blah blah. And like it
That's
all hits
awesome.
the fan at once. Like, and like we're under leveled for this general fight. We're like maybe 17,
Oh man.
15, 16. We've been killing some of these guys, and like the general's like 22, 24. I don't know what it is. But we're like, oh God. And like everybody like pull all their faculties together to like beat the general. And like we were so excited because the first time we see something like it's the first time we'd seen a bronze weapon, right? Because no one had bronze, like no one was high enough level to get it.
Yeah.
And we thought he had like a super special magical axe, and like it's just a corroded bronze axe. We're like, damn. He wasn't itemized yet, but it was just this really epic experience
Interesting.
of like our team and our squad working so hard. And then the next time we came there and killed him, and he had this banging like weapons and helmet, and everybody farms him for his cloak. And so it's just so cool that these little camps exist.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and like just the storytelling of like who's the good guys, right? It's like the faction wars of Velius, where you're like you can choose the giants, you can choose the dragons, you
Yeah.
can choose the
I love
dwarves,
that.
right?
I love that. Yeah.
It's like I love faction things are my favorite.
Yeah, it is interesting. It gives you more of the game, and you can basically, yeah, where it's a hostile environment for someone to you, it's like a whole city where you can bank and kind
Yep.
of stop by and travel, and there's quests. And just to circle back to the quest thing, I love the idea of questing and going on this world-spanning journey, or
Yeah.
just to kind of you learn the area, but you get like a really useful item that you can use. For example, that one there was a friend of mine. I kind of saw him. We grouped before. I was sneaking past him. I was exploring, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "How'd you see me? I'm in stealth." And he's like, "Oh, I got this item. I forget what it is.
The necklace.
The crest
The
of
Edge of the
the
Living City.
yeah, that's what it is." He's like, "Hey, I have this. I saw you."
Cool.
At first, it freaked me out because I was like, "How did he see
Yeah.
me?" Anyway, yeah, no, I
My
love that.
favorite items in the entire game.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah.
spend some time kind of doing more of the quests and just kind of actually exploring a little bit, because I always say
Yeah.
this too. I've tested everything I want to test. I'm ready. I actually got my credit card right here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to subscribe. I don't need to test it anymore. I'm really happy with it. So, you know,
Right.
and
100%.
I'm really excited for epic weapons to be in the game. Like I thought, man, to
Yeah.
this day, the EverQuest epic weapons are just incredible. Nothing has ever surpassed that for me. And I love the idea of just a journey throughout the world where you got to get people involved and you got to get this one
Right.
item that signifies you, like, okay, like this bard has
Right.
this weapon,
Like
this
what
singing
is that?
steel
Like
short sword is great. And I even in EverQuest, I remember there were the first things in the game that had like particle effects, and they just looked
yeah.
cool. They looked iconic to whatever class you are.
Right.
I love that so much. I can't wait for something like
Yeah.
that. And they've hinted at possibly epic weapons or maybe even epic armor that kind of, you know,
That'd be cool.
shows who you are and what you've done. And
Give
I
me my
love that.
bright pink armor, please.
Yeah. Oh, and then maybe we can
Just be
eventually
like
get into
me. Oh,
dyeing the armor to maybe make it more so you could stand out. Otherwise, yeah, like all the
right.
plate classes, everyone's wearing bronze.
You're
But
right.
even now, the amount of variety is just incredible
Yeah.
already to me.
I think they've actively said no to the dying of
Oh,
armor,
they have?
just
Okay.
because there's the people like me that have like I think so, because there's people like me that would make it ridiculous, right? And so like it kind of is immersion shattering, right?
I suppose it can
Whereas
be, yeah.
I love that everything right now, as they add more textures and styles of armor, like I think ZBrushed and Zook and them have been working on, and Goblin have been like working on, and there's other teams that are working on that too, but like they've been working on the art style of the different factions of like humans.
Oh,
And so like depending on what kind of armor and where you get it from, it might have a certain look to it, right? So like I don't know if you did anything. Oh, you said you hadn't been over to the Elf Town. Um,
not too much. I have a level 3 fighter on that side of the world. So I have level 3. I found my guild master. I went down and I started killing some stuff. I kind of went back up a couple times, but I didn't like fully explore the area. I did go to that one other zone. Sorry, I'm forgetting the name of it, but they had some kind of mercenaries there already. There was like a big tree, and then we came
the
back
Fear
cuz I was
the Keeper's Bite.
yeah, cuz I was only level 3. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But like the nice thing is like in Felendril, like if you do quests there, if you get armor there, it has like a distinct like leaf look.
Yes, yes, I have seen that. Yep. It's
So
beautiful.
like
It's
that's the cool
amazing.
thing. I love that they're starting to do like this is made like it's very thematic for the area. So you're like, where did you
Yeah.
get that? And it can tell the story of like if I see you in the wild, like, oh, where'd you get that? That looks very cool. What's this leaf thing you're wearing right there, rocking? And I get that idea of I get to say, oh, I can use that as deductive reasoning. I can do my antisocial gamer thing and like observe your art style and be like, oh yeah, that's probably gonna be somewhere in the forest because I did that.
Yeah.
Right. Um,
Yeah.
so I think they're being very self-aware with that and saying like items should look iconic, right? So like the short sword of the Yakesha, like the first time you see like a bent sword, like a kukri kind of,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
you're
cool.
like, oh yeah,
It's
it's
iconic.
good. He's
Yeah.
he's like a warrior out there with double yaks, and you're like, oh dude, yes, like you get so excited.
Yeah.
Back in the day in EverQuest, like that item, that armor is a certain color. I know what armor that is. Like
Yeah.
like you can see like that's scarab armor. I know that's scarab armor. You're
Yeah.
wearing scarab armor.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, man. Like it game good. Uh yeah, like I think it's just gonna be so iconic to have those experiences. I know we were talking about Telekir and getting ready to jump in some things, but yeah, I'm so excited for
No worries.
anyone ever that listens to this and like we're thinking about trying it out. Like, well, I'll wait till it's fully released. No,
Yeah.
dude, jump in there. Your player knowledge is gonna give you so much more of a better experience, and you're not spoiling yourself. Like, for those that are worried about like, well, my character is gonna get wiped, and I just can't stand the thought of losing this time playing a game,
Yeah.
you know? Like your progression isn't negative. You as the person gained progression.
Yeah, because,
Like,
exactly right. I kind of do lament that fact because, well, the only reason for me was so like I was trying Pantheon, I was trying this, I was trying that. And
yeah,
it's like, man, I want to play all this stuff where like everything gets reset. But I'm zeroing in on Monsters and Memories. And I do get it because I'm sure you can attest to this. Like you've learned a lot. You've maybe if you could go back, you would do some things different or whatever. You could apply what you know. So like let's say you had to start over right now, level one Bard, you would just be able to hit the
right.
ground running and get to where you are and
Yeah.
surpass it
Right now,
even faster.
100%. And like, and
Yeah.
it's, I'm not mad that my time has gotten spent that way because like I've gotten to see things.
Yeah.
And like my bard has skills now that it never had. Like,
Yeah.
I got to experiment right before this playtest ended. I was doing my bard swarmy kitey thing. And they, I was running around in circles.
Yeah. How
Had
does that feel? How does the kiting feel? Is it good?
Oh,
Like,
I love doing it because like
okay.
it's I'll do it and like I have a very like it's very zen.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta
I think some people hate it. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm running a circle. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do these kind of buttons. I'm doing this. Like my left hand is working, right? I'm doing like
yeah.
shift, alt, one, two, three, four, alt, shift, one, like things like that are going on.
Oh
Like
man.
turn my bones to dust, right? Like turn my bones to dust.
Yeah.
That's what I keep telling everybody all the time. So like the melody thing, I don't want because I like the I like the concept of like I did this. I have the power. Like I'm taking control of the situation. Um as the bard that I get for that. But um I got my racial trait added to my wood elf this last play test. And wood elves now get something called hide.
Oh
Where
yes.
and it just works. And it's just it's stationary invis. You can't move. You just stop.
I
Like
like it. Yeah.
like yeah. But if I'm fighting things that are living and they don't see invis, I can break my charm. So like I can get it down to this much health and go boop, hide, and it's broken, and I can grab another one and keep killing. You know,
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
so it makes me more efficient as a person. So like there's going to be those that are like, well, I'm a bard as a wood elf. I like the concept of a wood elf bard, but the power gamer in me is like, oh, well, I gotta take the min max route and go hide. I just also like the look of the wood elves because they look weird and like long and
Yeah,
lithe,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, light. That's a perfect way to
Yeah.
describe them. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just feel like they're very elfy to me. Uh, but I like those changes. So like I think I'm also a bard that has I have access to the gnome trait of slippery. Uh, because I took that as like my major trait whenever I was making my character eons ago. Uh, so like I have access to the gnome quality and my wood elf trait, but I never use slippery because it has to go in the bar. And I like the concept of having innate abilities that are cool to my character that I can just put and have like on my aura bar. I think that's what it's called,
Yeah.
like the little thing that is the bottom. Like I think your stealth lives there, right?
Yep. Hmm.
Um, I like those. I like those. I think it's going to be really cool. So as it kind of gets in there,
Awesome.
and I now know this as my bard and getting to experience this. So like I can level up quicker. I can go experience things. I can not ruin factions certain places. I can ruin factions certain places. I know where to go to make my experience and journey um, my own.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's all the M&M stuff that I had.
sure.
I do have do you have time to talk about a Drooling Online Adventures? We can maybe touch
Yeah,
on it in a future episode. And then I also just had some
sure.
questions about the streaming, like your streaming
Yeah.
journey. But yeah, so okay, how do you feel about a Drooling Online Adventures? Because for me, I'm hoping that'll be like my close
Yeah.
secondary game. I got a chance to participate in the playtest. Broken Stoic, a huge fan of the game.
Mhm. Mhm.
Reina, and so. Great guys, great community. I really enjoyed being in the last playtest. It's kind of cool. I'm not sure how I feel about voxel stuff. I always tell people that I never got into Minecraft or anything like that, but I love like the spirit of EQ to me exists in this game. And out of all the sort of indie games that are kind of in development, I can't help but notice how smooth it feels, like the UI and just how
Yeah,
everything just feels so silky smooth. So they definitely got that down for sure. And I wanted to see
100%.
what you thought about it. Is that something that's on
Yeah,
your radar?
I really, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I got the first playtest I ever played, I got a 15, I think I have 15 rogue or something.
Okay, cool.
Because like the bard wasn't in yet. The bard wasn't in, so I was playing a rogue.
Dabbling in
Um,
rogues, nice.
yeah, I love rogue. My favorite thing of it is I love pickpocketing in rogue world, and I love that in Adrenaline, um, they say things to you. So like,
Yeah.
stop, so and so, like
Oh
this
yeah,
time,
that's right. Yeah,
like
okay. I haven't
it's because
played a rogue in that yet, but
it's telegraphing to your group that you stole, right?
oh,
So I like the
that's
concept of
awesome.
like this jerk. So it's like it gives like that fantasy dynamic of adventuring party. Like this guy is coming in here stealing on my loot, dude. Like what is he doing? Like it creates this communicative thing that
Yeah,
exists there. But
that's
I
fun.
think my favorite thing about Adrenaline is that and I've said this before, but it is it's a great vehicle for adventure. And I think it's a better vehicle than Monsters and Memories for comedy because there are things you can do in Adrenaline that really work.
Yeah.
Like they just work. It is a good game and a funny game. Like
It's,
there is
that's interesting. Can I just say too, it's like it's so
yeah,
cute, but it's deadly because it's got the world is
yeah,
dangerous, like travel matters. It's the same thing and
right.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, please continue. Please continue.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, like it's one of these. I got drilled for this by a buddy of mine. He's like, it's not comedic. Like that implies that it's lesser. I was like, no, 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 no. Comedy is peak. Like that's my whole existence. Like
Yeah.
I try to I want people to have a fun time and laugh and have a comedy time. Like it's not a tragedy, right? Like if there are two sides of the same coin, like tragedy does not mean bad. It just means that it has like a potential negative outcome or like a drama, right?
Hmm.
It's a comedy or it's a drama. So like maybe that's what it is. So like I think Eminem is very drama, right? There's like cinema. Like look at this
Yeah.
thing. Like experience this world. And I think Adrenaline can lend itself much more so to comedy because of its art style, because of the things it can do. Voxels lets you kind of build things. An example of this is I was killing in well, just even from the world alone. You zoom out. There's like this town to the west of Leont. Um, and it's like a Halloween harvest town.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, with the
With like
windmills and all that
very,
stuff.
yeah, like
Yeah.
very like uh pumpkin scarecrows,
Yeah.
evil scarecrows and things like that nature. But like you collect, there's a quest where you do, you can collect an ectoplasm to give to this pumpkin that turns into an evil pumpkin, and like you got to kill the evil pumpkin. Like that's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny. Or like
it's
there's
whimsical.
a
Yeah.
fish that yeah, like there was a fish that I found like in the middle of like the river swimming across, and it was like a big level fish, and we were like, dude, what's this fish doing here? Let's kill this fish. And so we kill this fish. It drops the scale, and I just had the scale. Like I'm a hoarder of stuff that seems important, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Oh, dude,
so
me
I had
too.
this thing in my inventory and we were hanging out and somebody was like talking to one of the NPCs. Like I had to AFK, like be dead or whatever. And somebody comes up and they say, dude, Q, this guy it was the thing that wants your scale. Like he wants that fish scale. And so I do the quest and the guy is like just dreaming about being a fish. And like he's like, man, if life would be so much better if I was a fish, I could swim where I wanted. If only I could get a scale of so and so. And it was happened to be the fish we killed. And I hand him the scale and he's like, yes, here, take this item. And he like gives me an item. Like, I'm out of here. And like runs out of the guardhouse, sprints to the water, and like turns into a fish and swims away. And I was like, that is funny. Like,
That's
that's
amazing.
hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Like, like
Wow.
it just lends itself really well to that. And there's times that could be existing in Eminem, but I think it leans much harder on the high fantasy, right? Like the
Yep.
elves, wizards, low drop rates, like things that you don't get new items all the time, right?
Hmm.
But then in Drolin, you can go into you go to Block Burrow, right? Our last playtest there, we went down deep and we were at the very bottom of Block Burrow, like the last leg of it, and we died, but totally worth it. Totally worth it. Like there's just so cool. There's such cool things. Or there's a slide in a Drolin. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Like
Yep.
it's a fun game.
I saw that last time, the slide. Yeah, I was getting ready to leave the Halfling City. I was exploring, and they told me to check it out, and it was cute.
You
It's
gotta ride the
whimsical.
slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it has a good adventure. It tells a different story, and I wholeheartedly believe that there is going to be really good content. Like both teams do fantastic jobs about making the game that they want, and that because they're all old EverQuest heads, right? Like that whole the
Yeah.
whole Adrenaline team is old EverQuest people. Like
Beautiful.
they were big raiders, they were big gamers, like all in general, man. Like
I
it's
really,
cool.
I
Like it's a
really
fun game.
love how EverQuest just kind of sort of casts its shadow on all these projects, and I always talk about how we're in the golden age of this like resurgence of these like systems and mechanics that we fell in love with, that influence us because there's something definitely lacking in like modern MMOs for sure. They look good,
Yeah,
absolutely, but so yeah, cool,
100%.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I like Adrenaline Online. There's a few things that kind of like take me out of it sometimes, and it's just like um why I like certain pieces and of like Monsters and Memories versus Adrenaline. Like this is my only argument of games. It's not like an argument trying to persuade anybody, but there are
yeah,
those that like don't like there's no melody in Monsters, but Adrenaline has melody, right? So like you can, as a bard perspective, to just go back to it, like you can put your four buffs that you want on here, and you can choose different melodies you want to be playing at any given time. So you're like, oh, this is my travel melody. This is my we're sitting at the campfire melody. This is my I don't know, we're combat. So you can get those four things going. So instead of choosing your one, two, three, four, you're choosing your chunk, right?
yeah,
Like I want to play these four here, I want to play these four here, and you can choose when those are. And people like that, and it's a cool system. I think that gives people access. I think it gives people the ability to kind of um, make choose their own adventure with buffs, right? I think it's a really cool system, and when I'm playing Adrenaline, I really enjoy it. But when I'm playing it, I'm also find in Bard World, I'm less um, grounded to my character where it's like because my buffs are auto doing their thing, right?
hmm,
It's not like I'm choosing to cast spells. Like if you play a mage or a wizard, you're like, I'm choosing to cast my nuke now
yeah,
versus the entire time I am just singing. Like I'm just like
yeah,
some oscillating fan of buffs. Uh,
beautiful.
versus like when I'm pressing the button, I'm making the choice to sing this song now. Like yeah, it just turns choices in there. The other thing that kind of can pull me out of it that I find myself not always reading quest text because it's
Yeah.
clickable.
Yes, yes. I find that too. I kind of skip through and just click on the blue to get what I need. And
Yeah,
yeah,
right. When there's people that are on that team that are working on the writing. There's people that are doing that. And I it's like in WoW, like I'm gonna click on the question mark to click on accept.
hmm,
Like
yeah, yeah,
click accept. All right, well, how many
yeah,
where do I gotta go? What do I gotta do? All right, I'm gonna look at my map. I gotta go to the map and go to there. Like there's things like that I don't love. I'm happy that it doesn't mark everything as a quest and it doesn't mark what you have to do. Like this is where you have to go.
mhm,
Like I think they do a good job about having an overworld map that you can just pull up and be like, all right, there's no compass. Like you're like, where am I?
yeah,
I'm in the
yeah,
city. I want to get to Osgul. I got to go that way, and then like I hope that I
yeah,
can get there.
yeah.
So I like that. There's no like GPS, right?
Beautiful.
I think it's a fun game. Like it's gonna be some people's speed, and I know like the art style can turn it off, but I like turn people off because like voxels they feel very kiddish, and they're
Hmm.
like not the game like not to me, but I'm saying like that's the usually a general consensus of like I feel like I'm a child playing this game. Um, like they feel like
Yeah,
it's
that's
lesser because the art style is different.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like it just kind of depends on what you enjoy, right? So if you like the high fantasy, like people are going to still say like, ugh, I don't like the graphics of Monsters and Memories. Ugh, I don't like the graphics of Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I don't like the realistic style of Ashes of Creation. You know, like
It's sad to me that like people have already decided and judged it based on, yeah, the graphics, or there's no map, let's say, in Monsters and Memories. That's another big
yeah,
talking point, is there going to be a map? What's
yeah,
going on? And yeah, we
right.
didn't even talk about the map thing, but yeah. So
Oh, dude, I'll talk about all day about the complaints that people ever have and how at the end of the day, I think it's
it's funny. We
you
should
know
we should put
yeah,
together a collection of like funny comments and stuff. There's one. I need to find it. I have it screenshotted somewhere. Someone was like, "Dude, you need to get a grip. Like this game just sucks. Trust me. Like, what do you like about
yeah,
it? There's nothing. You streamed for like an
yeah,
hour and nothing happened. Like absolutely nothing."
yeah,
It's like, "Well, dude, I'm
right.
exploring, it's you're missing the point here, you
I'm
know?"
having fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
So,
people that have like separated. Like this is just gamers in general or people that play games. They're like games are fun, and if you aren't having fun, why? Like, is it worth your time? Right? That's all it can come down to. Like you and I have had fun with this game, with the play test, everything, right?
mhm.
Because I think we're in the right headspace. You're like, I want to go look, man. I want to feel a part of it. I want to be there. I want to see it. Let me in.
Yeah. You know
Versus
what it
like,
reminds me? I just thought about this. Sorry to interrupt you. It's kind of like the early
oh, no
explorers
problem.
back in the day, maybe just a little over 100 years ago. People didn't know. People didn't know what was like
Yeah,
beyond. Like they didn't know where, like if you
right.
could sail through the ice and kind of discover a new way to the other side, or they just wanted to
Yeah,
explore. They didn't know what was out there. Like let's go to Antarctica. Let's look
yeah.
around. Let's just get on a ship and figure it out. And it
What's
was
there?
it wasn't easy. And that's the same thing. Like the magic and wonder of exploration, I think, is captured so beautifully in these
Right.
games.
100%. Well, like I even remember in Pantheon, like there's the climbing feature. Like climbing, I think I did the most climbing of anything. Like anytime I could climb something, I'm climbing it. What's up there? Like it turns into
Yeah,
this
yeah.
very like
The climbing is
exploratory
cool.
feature. Like I would, yeah, like I that was my favorite part of it. I wish there was more for me to explore, and I wish
Yeah.
there was more present in it. But like that comes with time,
Hmm.
right? Like that'll happen, and I hope, right? I hope. Like I'm never gonna be the person that's like, ugh, dead game, ugh, they don't like it
Yeah.
because like I don't want to wish negativity on a game studio because they're
Yeah.
the ones making these games. I'm not making them.
Yeah, it's so difficult to make a game. It's so difficult for a small studio. And I mean, in Pantheon, yeah, it's one of those things. I like the game. I'm probably gonna check back in when there's more stuff to
Yeah,
do. But they've had kind of a
yeah,
rough development cycle, compared to other studios
yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's just people don't understand how difficult it is to make a game and
Right.
put systems in place. And yeah,
Yeah. When people um people get into these projects like Vanguard or Pantheon because of like Brad McQuaid. It goes back to EverQuest, right? And but
hmm,
people only put I feel this way. I feel like people only think that EverQuest existed because of Brad. Like,
yeah,
but he had a world design and the team made it,
yeah,
right?
hmm,
Like so that is why that is there. So like people put so much emphasis on like Joppa at the head as like a creative director, and they're like I could do better. Like this isn't what Brad. Like stop. Just
yeah,
don't be a nerd. Like just chill. I know you're pissed off that you spent $1,000 at a Kickstarter 10 years ago. Like the money's gone. It's gone. Just chill, brother. Like I know it's not what you wanted. Like it's okay. It is okay, and you can be mad still. You have totally every right because I would be pissed. But like at the end of the day, let them cook, dude. Let them cook. Like there's people
absolutely.
forget in games that there are people behind the games and not just like some unknown internet entity. Like an internet gamers are the worst, where they're like, ugh, I hate this person. They don't know what they're doing. They should be fired, etc. Like get behind their keyboard warriors, like and their elf lawyers, and they're like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
And they get so vocal about it on their forums and just trash the things. And so like it doesn't add anything.
Yeah,
and it just
absolutely.
causes negativity in your own space, like for you. Like,
Yeah. That's what I tell people. There's so many other games to play. There's so many other projects. Don't just
yeah,
sit here and like hate watch or like post
yeah,
badly. Like there's so much other stuff out there, you know, just come back, let them cook and, you know, come back
yeah.
in 6 months, a year, see what changed.
Sorry you made a bad bet at the casino, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like it's just how it happens. Like
Yeah.
it is there, and that happens all the time. Is people invest in projects outside of gaming that don't come to fruition, or they don't become the
Yeah.
product that they wanted because they have to change things. Like that's the story of life. Um, and just kind of like wish the games well, and then if it doesn't add to your life, just take a step back and say like, well, I'm not gonna shit on you because this makes me mad. Like me
Yeah.
ruining your day doesn't make my day better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that could be me. That
Beautiful.
could be a me thing, but like that's just my philosophy with video games in general. Like just let the games know that games, not all games are for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, that is it for the gaming side of things that I had. I mean, I could talk, I have all day. Being respectful of your time. Really
my
appreciate your
my,
time.
my 3 o'clock meeting got canceled, so I got a 3:30 and that's it.
Oh, okay,
So I got 30
perfect.
more minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of power through a couple of these. So,
Sure.
it's about your streaming journey. I'm very curious. A lot of other people are. So, how did you get streaming in the first place? How did you discover it? And
Yeah.
what was like the first catalyst, I guess, that made you, you know what, like I want to get into streaming. Like this is something I'm really
Yeah.
interested in. And then yeah, basically how did you get started with streaming and content creation? What made you take
Yeah.
that leap? And so basically just walk
Um,
me through how it started, how it evolved, and what changed as you got more comfortable with streaming. That's a
yeah.
very layered question, but
No, it's okay. I got the, I always have that one ready to go. So because we talk about this a lot on my own stream, where it's like I'm very forthcoming with information because I think there's a lot of information out there that people like hide, they like protect, like they think that um, if I get success, then that means that you can't have it because this is mine. Versus versus if I am successful and I teach some things that worked for me and I tell you about it, then we all learn. Like knowledge is power, right? Like that old school adage, knowledge is power.
yeah.
So like my streaming journey actually originally started. I was a public school teacher for at the time 10 years. So I was teaching in schools. I was having a great time, and then COVID hit. And I was a stream watcher, but historically I would turn off the chat because like I didn't know small streamers existed at all. Like I would like watch some big streamers. I'd like watch like a Moon or a Soda Pop In, or like occasionally like pop on like a Co Carnage, right? I
Hmm.
like those old school guys. Like those are there, and they're different characters and fill different niches. Like if I could have any stream idol, it'd be Co Carnage because I like what he's about. I like that he's very welcoming. I like that he doesn't sacrifice values um, um, of like what he's about for the content. He's just sorry, Co, if you ever see this, but he's an old nerd that loves what he loves and is unapologetic about it. And like I know that's not
Yeah.
offensive, but uh like that's the goal for me. Like now, back in the day, I saw these folks playing these games, and this is 2020. I've had the longest spring break of my life. Went to spring break and then never went back to school until August. So like, uh, so I was talking to my wife and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about starting some streaming because like I've been watching these video games. I was having a fun time. Like I could do that. And you have this like sense of delusion in your head. Like these guys can do it. I can do that. And like
Yeah.
I've talked to kid. I know how to talk to people. Like I'm generally like a good talker, right?
You're an amazing talker.
But
Incredible.
thanks. I get it from my mom. Like, uh, so like it's I'm playing I'm watching these games again. Like I can do this. How hard could it be? I'm gonna launch the stream and thousands are gonna show up because like this level of like delusion in your head. You're like, everyone's gonna want to be there. Like I no one, but then like you launch and like you have your 5 friends are there that you've told that you're gonna stream, they're like ready to watch some video games that already hang out with you anyway. And they're there and they're hanging out with you. Like that's maybe generous because like you can't rely on that as a base of your viewership only because it doesn't help you all the time. Like these are just my buds, because then it becomes like very pared down. Like your inside jokes are your inside jokes, and if you're on the outside of the inside joke, it's not as much fun to watch.
Mhm.
So it can be very weird and disjointed to invite your real life friends into your streaming journey. So I did that, and I played maybe this is 2020 of March, I think. My first few streams, I did like 4 streams, and all of them were an average of like 4 viewers, and they were just my friends. And like I had nobody else in there. And which back in the day, like I think you needed like an average of 5 to get affiliated, and like 7 streams of 7 days or whatever. So I could have been affiliated, but I stopped hardcore. Like I was like, this ain't it. Why aren't people showing up? I didn't put a lot of effort into the components of OBS. I didn't learn the system. I didn't learn what was going on. I didn't know the environment. I didn't know what was going on. Like I was a stream watcher, but it was not a stream like I
Mhm.
was a small streamer in a big pond,
Mhm.
right? There's like millions of streams every day. Like there's like right now on Twitch alone, there was 2 million streams in December,
Wow.
like separate channels.
Wow.
Like, and that's insane. Like there's billions of people on the planet, but the audience that can watch you is so vast that there's the concept of why would I click on you, right? Like that's so hard to kind of get in there. So I
Yeah.
took a step back, and then I was like really looking at some small streamers, and I happened to come across a community um of like I was watching some like Dark Souls game, right?
I
I
love
think
Dark
it was,
Souls.
and I yeah, it was just like it's adventure, right? It's
Yeah.
gritty, it's hard. And so I was watching something. I was like, "Oh, cool! What's the small streamer?" And I ran into my a friend of mine. Her name is Ushlu. Like she's not a real life friend, but like I followed
Mhm.
the stream, and I popped in the chat, and like she just seemed very welcoming to her people. It felt like the emphasis on the game was it was there, but it wasn't like this is like a highly skilled run. It was I'm going to interact with you guys. We're going to play. We're going to talk and have a good time. So it felt very like what we're doing
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
So it felt very
Yeah.
homey. Like I could have a conversation with you and figure it out. Um, so I became part of that community, and I started talking to the people there, and they were all really pleasant human beings. Like everybody was like, "Yeah, dude, congrats!" Like, "Oh, dude!" Like people would like share their goals in life, and it felt very like we oriented versus like if you go to the big boy streamers, it's just like
Yeah. Exactly.
like you can't read anything. Meme. I'm like, so it was the first time that I didn't just turn the chat off, and so I was starting to talk like, "Hey, I'm kind of new here. What do you guys do? Hi." Um, I had my username that I've had since I was 11. like, so I was like, that's where that QUATOSXIAN came from. It's a combination of my brother's Diablo 1 character
Oh.
and Zan Krigor, the boss of Unreal Tournament.
Oh.
But I misspelled it. And so,
Interesting.
but I left the
Interesting.
misspelling, and I didn't discover until like 10 years later that I misspelled it. So I
Wow.
left it. So everybody thought I was like Quatos Xian, like I'm from China. So like that's another reason why I changed my like username and Twitch and everything to be just Quatos, because I think it's easier, or Quatos or what everybody wants to say. And then people are like, "Oh, you from Total Recall?" Or I can't find your channel because every time I type it, Google says, "Did you mean quotes?" Which is a dumb SEO thing on my part. But that's okay. Uh,
It's all good.
but anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
I digress.
Beautiful.
And so I
Wow.
became a part of this community. I
Hmm.
became a part of this community, and I was like having a good time. I was like, guys, this is really nice. Like, and I liked the energy that it was putting out there. It felt very, it just felt organic. Like it didn't feel like I'm playing game, you watch me play game. And that's what I thought streaming was. Like, because that's what I had
Hmm.
seen.
Hmm.
Like, um, and so I was emulating, I was trying to emulate what they did because they don't have to talk a lot on those big boy streams, right? They can choose when to respond, and people are going to watch the game, and like they're going to occasionally respond, but the hive mind is going to hive mind no matter what.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I started talking to this community. I was like, I think about. I was telling Ushlu, I was like, I think I'm about starting streaming again. Like I tried it back in 2020. It's like now it's September, or it's like August 2021 at this point in time. So it'd been like a year and a half before I'd done 4 streams. And so I made like a thing. I was like, I'm gonna start streaming in September. And so I sat down, I learned some things. I like the concept of automation. And so at that time, there wasn't a lot of tools back in the day that I had known about in 2020. So like there's like the redeems that everybody has, like drink water, right? Um, and
Yeah.
streams that I had watched were like I have to wait for someone to read the activity feed to see like I got to drink the water. Oh, see, I got you. Drink the water.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I realize I've been sipping coffee, but
Yeah, yeah. That's water. It's fine. It's just bean water.
seltzer water. I love it.
But the but I jump in there and like I started to look into tools like make things more interactive, start to be um funny to me. Like what was fun to me is what I started to make my own. And so I told that community like, hey, I'm gonna start streaming and like, I'm gonna start September. So my first stream back in September, all of that community came hung out with me because we had built a relationship, right? So like my first stream back on the third, I had an average of 30 viewers. Like so like because I got rated by Ushlu, I got some friends in there, and I was like I still taught during the day and would stream at night. Um, I wasn't a dad, so I had time. Like my wife and I were living together, but weren't married yet, and so there was just time to do things. And so I was trying the streaming game out. I was having fun because there was more people to talk to that weren't just my friends that I could call and talk to and go get a beer with in real life, right? It's like it was new organic times. Like it's like meeting new people.
Hmm.
So we were talking, having a fun time, and I was starting to develop this sense of things. I got my channel affiliated in like the smallest amount of time you could do, which is like 4 days, because over the like the overnight, if your timer hits to noon, like midnight, then it starts a new day of like stats. So like
Yeah.
it took me like 4 days to get affiliated, and then I could start like earning money, right? Like I got like I could get my subs, like full still delusion is like somewhat subsided, but like people are still going to watch me. Everybody's going to be a part of this. Like, but then after I got affiliated, that community like realized like I'm not, some of them are still around today from that era, but I'm not everybody's flavor. And I think as I started to kind of mold my journey through the streaming space, I was emulating what I saw in Ushu's channel. And I think it's fair to say most people um, are not the same as another person. like,
That's right.
like you and I can do the same thing, but do it completely different. And that's what's
That's right.
beautiful about us.
Yeah. I love
So at
that
the
too.
start of my
Yeah.
journey, yeah, like at the start of my journey, I was trying to emulate things that I liked and saw. And then I was worrying like too much about like metrics and things like that nature. I love data, like and like it's knowledgeable to like inform my decisions, but
Hmm.
like there's if you like Google like how to grow on Twitch or whatever somewhere, like how to grow, how to make money, how do I get more subs, right? Like the thing that people were thinking about, like how do I get the money. I was looking for it originally as like an extra hobby, right? Like I'm at home anyway, I'm playing video games, let's talk to some people, let's hang out with some
Yeah.
homies. It's a lot cheaper than going out to bars to talk to people, and I can hear everyone, or I can choose to kick them out if I don't want them, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Interesting way to look at
So
it.
I was,
Yeah.
yeah, like I was developing this place that people could hang out and we could have a fun time. I started choosing the games that I liked versus like what the world likes. I've only played Fortnite on stream one time, and it's because Fortnite paid me $50 to do it. I was like, that's the only reason I'm gonna do it. So I did two streams for 2 hours each. It's like $50, please, thanks. Next, it's just not my game. Like I
Yeah.
don't I don't enjoy the loop, right?
Hmm.
Also, I'm not I'm old, man. I don't I don't want to sit there and like I already teach young children. I don't want to talk to young children in my chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, long story short, I go through my journey. I have a pretty high start and then peak down. And then like you see this like crazy long journey of like my stats. If you ever go to like twitchtracker.com/ my name, you can see like my graph, right? You
Hmm.
go to like all time things, you can see like the viewers and how they change, and like there's like peaks and troughs and data, and you can see times when I'm experimenting things. Like there was working on like I became part of like an arts and makers community. Like I was doing some things like making some music on the side,
Hmm.
because I'm not a music producer, but I enjoy making music. Like, so I'm a loop artist, and now I guess I'm a loop artist. But really, I just make stuff up because I like to have fun. Is what I like to do. So, the end of the day, Um, my journey has always been about things that I like. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, sorry. Like, you can go click on someone else. Like, that's how it is, right? There's a
So it
cover for
is.
every pot.
Yep.
And I know that my lid does not always fit everybody else's pot. So like at one point in time, I was really big into this idea. And as I've grown, I've realized that it's annoying. But it was funny to me where every sound command, I used to have like 500 sound commands. You could like exclamation point, whatever, but they all stacked. So all the audio
Oh,
would happen and fire at the same time. And then you could send multiple commands in a message and they would all go. Like
yeah.
they would all send. And like I think it's funny because like I like part of my job was tuning out sounds, right? Like if you're walking around in your orchestra and like Johnny is making a bad sound, keep working on that, Johnny. But I can still hear like Sarah over here kicking butt. Like, oh, dude, let me help Sarah out real quick. She's messing something up. Like my job was to listen and filter, right?
Yep.
So like I could filter that out, but on a broadcasting space, you can't. So if you are not used to being assaulted by sound, it's very jarring. So like over time, I would change it, and I still like this concept of automation. So like, how do I if I'm a watcher, how do I interact with you? Like I can type, but not everyone wants to type. And so like there's opportunities for things that people can do, like little commands that bait engagement or like I like this component. And so like I've my whole journey has just been like learning and taking pieces that I like. So like the loop station idea came because I don't know if you know who Mark Rebier is. He's a
Um,
YouTube guy
do you know
that
what? I
does
heard the
loops.
name. I think is he a musician that has like really weird like
Yeah.
tracks? It's kind of
Yeah.
fun and funny.
Yes.
Yes, dude. One of my buddies from chat, sharing pizza 666. Shout out to him. He's always that's his
Yeah.
favorite. He just saw him recently. Yeah, so I do know about
Yeah.
the guy. Yep.
So like that's kind of how I started that journey of like
Beautiful.
jumping in there trying to figure that out and be like, oh dude, well I'm gonna start this. And I had like a little tiny keyboard that just like I attached to my DAW and I like press buttons and I'm like, look at this, I'm looping them. And then I people liked that. And I was like, I started as like when you rate in, you'll get a song that I make for you live. And then some people love that and some people hate that. Historically speaking, YouTube hates it when I do that. Like,
Wow.
they're like, I came here to watch a game, not listen to you.
Yeah.
Because it's like more of like this is the video I'm watching oriented versus uh like I came here to watch video, not you doing this. Like it's not
Yeah.
a very live stream friendly platform for that.
Yeah.
Versus Twitch is much more community
Yeah.
open. Like, oh wait, I like you. I came to watch you, not that. Um, so I started doing that, and then I didn't realize people streamed EverQuest. So like this is like the start of my growth, right? So I was playing Souls games. I was playing like I don't know, it was all over the map, like Binding of Isaac. Like historically speaking, I like things that have unique art style, good music, or are a little bit challenging or weird, um,
Yeah.
or jumpy games like platformers. Like
Yeah.
so, but having this EverQuest background. Oh, sorry, did you want to jump in?
No, I was just gonna say it's a similar thing for me. Not to get spend too much time on it,
Yeah,
but I was trying different things, whatever, and I didn't realize so many people were streaming EverQuest. That's why I just looked like,
yeah,
is this game still around or what? Whatever happened to this game? And it's like, oh shit, there's like the whole thing of people and emulated servers and stuff. Anyway, that's all I wanted to add.
yeah.
So
No, and
interesting.
like that's absolutely, and like that's what
And isn't it
that's what
beautiful how initially people come for the game, but then they stay for you on Twitch per
that's the best
se?
part.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Well, and if you stay in the same niche, right? Like, because um, people will like it, and that's the hard thing is like you go little by little, and the communities you interact with, and your networking is actually more powerful of a tool, and not like saying not like for those that are here, like I'm gonna grow by going into people's
Hmm.
chats saying, hey, I'm streaming. That's not how you
Yeah.
do it, dude. Like
Yeah.
you became a part of people's communities. You get to know the streamer, and if they get to know you, and like they say, like there's a point in time you're talking about it, they might check you out and say, like, are you rated into their community? And they're like, oh, cool. Oh, you're a streamer too? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You guys bond if they like you, right? It's like when you're a kid, if you're in the same class, you're kind of pigeonholed into the class. You're like, oh, I guess these are my friends. Um, but if you're in the internet, you can just be like, I don't like these people. I'm out. Go on to this
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
right? They do that immediately. So There's the concept of people like relying on like, well, if I just get that one big raid, everything will be fine. I'll make it. I can do it. And that could be the case, but if you don't have the skill set to capitalize on that, or if you're not enough like the thing that they like, they're not staying. They don't like you. Like that's okay. That is okay. Like so
Yeah.
it took me a long time to like realize that my level of delusion over time has fallen. And so you still have to keep some, right? Because like hope is a sense of delusion, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it. Like, and you still put the tools forward, you listen to all the advice, you're like, I'm gonna make the shorts, I'm gonna make the TikToks, I'm gonna make the thing, I'm gonna put my stuff out there, people are gonna like it. And you have to tell yourself that, otherwise,
Yeah.
why would you do it? Right? Like people are gonna like this. I like this. And at the whole time you're working on your skills, right? So
Hmm.
you're making things better. You're doing things that people enjoy. You're kind of filtering out the bad information and learning where you're going. So I started playing EverQuest because I only knew Level Up Larry. And I was like, I popped in there and I had seen a thing, and then I met like Ultra Pissed, I met Dirty Old Socks, I met you, I met other people throughout the things. There's too many. There's so many streamers there. Um, I think historically, EverQuest as a category before like Level Up Larry has a high quality stream. Like he had a
He's
lot of
amazing.
interaction. It was really cool. Like, and it was EverQuest themed. It was very like the EverQuest people are fanatical, right? Like
Yeah.
we like game, we play game. Oh, and then if all of his interactions were there, like the like the monk kicking me in the face and like Legacy of Ick, like cool interactions and things like that.
His production
But yeah,
quality is incredible. I wonder if he's going to come back. Yeah.
dude, I keep talking to Larry all the time. Like I'm like pinging, how's he doing, man? Come play some monsters and like see what he's doing. Uh, but it's one of those things like I looked up to that. I was like, oh, this is what it could be. So like historically speaking, in EverQuest, it was like, here's guy in corner playing EverQuest, not talking to chat. Like, and like people want to ask questions and talk about their favorite memories. And so like I would get into EverQuest and like I started playing EverQuest and like I was making music and people were like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? Who's playing? What is this like making music at the same time as playing this game that I like? And so you can see like if you look at my stats window, like as soon as I started playing EverQuest and it started songs in September of 2023, like my averages went up because of game. They knew I was a nerd. Like it's like my culture was found and they liked what I was doing. So like it spoke to not just EverQuest folks. Um, but I started doing that like every Thursday we'd play some EverQuest and like became a part of those communities and started joining those things. And like there was a slow tick up. And then from there on out, it just became one of those things of like I had a really great fortunate series of events. Like I was playing on P99 and then Quorum came out and then Teak came out. So like I got to ride the train, right? And people like those were two sets of rule sets that people like. So I got to hit the live EverQuest, I got to hit the Quorum
Wow.
EverQuest, I get the emulators, I get the all the things, right? So it was a very fortunate thing. And then I got partnered from EverQuest because like this just makes sense. I'll stay here for the numbers. But my true home is variety. I'm a big variety boy. I want to play a lot of stuff, but I know that's bad for viewership. Like because people are like, I came here to watch game. Well, now you're playing this game. What is unfollow? Like
Yeah.
it's like the I hate this. I'm out. Like, so they did that,
Beautiful.
but over time, I've just kind of like been developing my own thing, and as I get more and more into it, I like the concept of creating. Like I just got monetization on YouTube in
Congrats.
November
Congrats.
because of Monsters and Memories. Honestly, like people jumped in, they liked what they saw. There is the live stream folks, and people are like, "Oh, I want to support this guy. I like what he's doing here." Um, I never made
Excellent.
any push. Like I'm not a big video maker, right? Like I like telling stories, but my ADHD has a hard time sitting down and doing it. Uh, so I like to take from what I already create to try to grow that hopefully. And so if you like me here, you might like me here. Like they like the Amazon.com you or Snapple. Like
Yeah.
like Snapple, come on down. It's like uh and so like it just became what it is. So like I still hit highs and lows of my viewership. If I'm playing the wrong game, goes down like everybody else's. But like I've still got a core group of people that come by and hang out. And from my streaming journey, I've just seen people grow. I've seen people fall. I've seen people stop streaming. I've seen people start streaming. But the whole time, like to maintain this sense of if you have any questions about what I'm doing, I still want to help those go because whatever your milestones are, like if I can help, I would like to do that. Like this comes back to the helping nature of who I am as a human. Um,
I
so
love it.
that's me and my streaming journey is how can I help and let's get weird, right?
I love it, dude. Thank you so much. That was great. I know we're running short on time here. There's just a few things
Yeah,
I wasn't able to ask you everything. We might have to do this another
sure.
time. It would be amazing to have you on
Yeah.
again.
I mean, I'm done with my
Um,
meeting in 30 minutes if you're around. So
I just wanted to ask to. I hate to skip some of these. I feel like I have some really good ones. But let's just say, okay, we'll talk about it another time. Let's just say, what advice would you give to someone who says, you know what, I want to take a real stab at actually being a streamer. Let's say,
yeah,
and it doesn't have to be with Monsters and Memories, but let's just say specifically like, okay, I want to cover Monsters and Memories or maybe some new game coming out that I'm really excited about, and I'm just gonna go all in. I'm gonna buy all the equipment. I'm gonna be a streamer. Well, you did cover a lot of that, but like in general, like let's say because it's not the equipment that you have or whatever setup you have, it's you, the person. But what advice would you have to someone that just is very interested in starting out? And the second
yeah,
question, and there's just one more question after that, quickly. Two more really
yeah.
fun ones, if you have time.
Yeah, I would say that my biggest piece of advice is don't buy all the equipment. Um, is buy a decent mic because people listen a lot more than they see because they can watch it
Yep.
from a phone, they could have headphones in, like a good investing in some good mic settings. Even the standard streamer mic that everybody goes for, like I'm gonna get it. Like, you have it now, the Blue Yeti. Like I have
Yeah.
two in my closet. Like it's there.
Good. That's where they belong.
You don't need, yeah.
I'm getting an
You don't
XLR.
need to
That's
have the
my
fancy equipment.
next dream.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you could. Just make sure if you do, if you have a loud space that if you like a dynamic or a condenser mic is the big thing because people mix those up, and I can nerd out on that at a future time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, get your sound dialed in, listen to yourself, record, see if you like it, see if you're annoyed by you, right? Like, play some games with your recording on, see if your sound levels are crazy,
Yeah.
figure out those things that say like, oh, this is a good quality product. Because if you're trying to grow on a stream, making a good product where the audio levels are balances, you're not annoying, you have a good voice. Like, uh, if you're like worried about like being entertaining, don't worry. Not everybody has to be entertaining. Like, you just have to be a personality, right? So you can lean on certain things. Like you can say, like there's like people that are always going to be like, whoa, and dismay, like the hot streamers, like, oh, they're just hot. They're not fun to listen to. Like, but that's a market. Like, like
Yeah.
people want to look at that. If that's your skill set, use it. If it's
Yeah.
not your skill set, maybe try to be maybe you're funny, maybe you're entertaining, maybe you're knowledgeable, maybe you're good, right? What is your skill set? Be something of there, and then try to dial it in and make those things happen. Don't buy all the equipment because spending thousands of dollars, like I've spent too much money on equipment, like too much money. Like we're talking like 10 grand probably on streaming
Oof.
equipment, like with lights and keyboards and sounds and loopers and stream decks and pedals and everything, right? So like we're talking like that. But over time, I've made that back in return investment.
Yeah. No,
But
it's amazing.
hurts for everybody.
Initial first impression when coming into your stream, like everything is very polished. Everything is just the vibe, the presence. Everything looks and feels really amazing. Like to me, when I look like, okay,
Yeah.
this is like a real streamer, So it's a great
Yeah.
vibe.
Well, it's a nice camera with a nice lens, but this setup is $1,000. So it's like don't do this. This is stupid, especially like when you're like working on the skills. Like my
Yeah.
my original camera is just this little C920 that's still attached to my stuff up here. Let's see if it works. Oh wait, I gotta turn off my virtual camera. Turn off close OBS.
That's okay.
Um, no, but it
But
doesn't matter. So like I'll switch back to my camera. But like
but
it's just there. Like so
yeah.
it's in the setup. It's always going, but
Yeah.
it's start small and work on the audio and work on the skills,
Beautiful.
bro. And then discover who you are and what you're about so that you
Beautiful.
can kind of find your path, find your niche, right?
Beautiful. Thank you. And just this is real talk. So a lot of us degenerates, we can play for ridiculously long stretches of time, myself included. I thought I had incredible stamina. I can do 5, 6, 7 hours, no problem. I can't hold a
Yeah.
candle to Quatos. But how do you balance work, streaming, and real life without getting wife aggro? I'm asking for a friend here.
Oh, yeah. So my wife is an absolute saint. She knows that gaming has always been a big part of my life, and she grew up watching her brother play video games, so like that's a big help, right? So like she was always the person that was unplugged controller number two. So she saw that that was there. Before we were married and everything, like I call it the truth shotgun. I was very upfront with I'm a nerd. I play video games a lot. Um, I enjoy them. They add to my cup, and like I talk passionately about them. Like I would talk about EverQuest. She was around during my P99 Red days when I was like a nerd, super nerd. We were long distance, but I was like, yeah, babe, I got to go. It's raid time. So like it was one of these things like I'm never apologetic on who I am because I always want people to know like what you see is what you get. I'm never going to be something I'm not like because that's not authentic to me. So same thing kind of transfers in my relationships and things of that nature. So over time, she has seen like um, how that passion has grown and stayed the same. It's not like a fluctuating thing. It's like because some people get older, some of us get older, and we're like, I don't have time for video games. It's not my thing. Um, and then I said I was going to start streaming, and she's like, "Yeah, babe, try it. Like, give it a shot." And she's watched it grow and grow and grow, slowly, but it's been there. It's been fun. But I think the real thing is there's still aggro. Like, it's still going to be there because it depends on what you're doing, right? But if you're fulfilling everybody's needs, and that's always just like how it is, right? People get mad when their needs don't feel fulfilled about life in general, right? So like if whether it's a friend, whether it's a parent, whether it's a coworker, whether it's whatever, right? They have a certain need that's not getting met, or why people are unhappy, right? So if you can mitigate those, boost your AC, if you will, to like try to help with those things, or give some buffs ahead of time. Like I knew the monster's memory test didn't. This was kind of like last minute sprung, like a week ago, right?
Yeah.
So I started immediately. I was like, babe, there's a monster memories play test. I'm not streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday because I'm going to be streaming all day Saturday, Sunday. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's going to be here, and like I'm going to be around. I'm going to be present because like at the end of the day, like I stay up far too late every stream. Like I stream at 9 p.m. and I stay up to like 4 a.m. and then I work at 8 a.m. So like I sleep 4 hours a night, 5 hours a night, 6 hours a night tops.
Wow.
Um, but that's just because I'm an absolute degenerate and like I sleep really, really well. Like I'm good at sleeping. Not saying I sleep for long, but I'm good at it and I feel recharged and rested and I go back and I'm like, all right, let's do it again. There we go. We're back in. But
Yeah.
my honest thing is like I get fueled by this and I now work in corporate world after my son was born because I want to make sure I could see him. So like during the day, I get to see him a lot. I get a lot of that family time. I have a job that pays for somewhat of my lifestyle. But then I can still be supportive and still be a husband, still be a dad, still be a gamer, still be a streamer, still work a job. Like just because there's time in the day and whatever your time, what's worth your time, you will give time to. Um, and so I try to give as much time as I can to all the things because I want to. I want the streaming thing to go. I want to be successful. But at the end of the day, I know that I could be more successful if I caused harm to the others, but that would be taking away from those cups. And that's not what that's about. Right. So
Yeah.
I'm being successful within my means right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Without
Beautiful.
without ideally treading on others. So
Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Well, man, Quatos, thank you so much. This is all that I had. Really appreciate it. I can't believe we went almost 3 hours. I was hoping I could squeeze it all in into maybe an hour, but thank you so much for your time, man. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. You're actually the first guest that I have on. I'm hoping I can bring not only streamers, but
Yeah.
just people in the community, other players, devs, whatever, and just kind of
I did.
enjoy these old games and have these great
Yeah.
conversations
100%.
together. But thank you so much, man. I really, really
Yeah, dude.
appreciate it. This was amazing, and this is gonna be a hard one to top. So
I hear you, dude. Thank you so much for inviting me and reaching out. I love doing these kind of things. Like I would love to do something like this myself, but like we just talked about the cups, I
yeah,
can't take from all the cups, and so it's good to be a part.
yeah,
And so
and
I'm happy when these things happen and continue to grow and build these things that we both love.
yeah. What's your next big thing on the horizon? I'll make sure to put all your links. I mean, you guys pretty much know where you can find Quatos, but I'll make sure all that's linked and people can find it. It'll be on my YouTube
Yeah,
channel, and I'm thinking about once I finish all the editing, it's going to be maybe a premiere,
sure.
and we'll just kind
Yeah,
of
dude.
see where it goes from there.
Yeah, dude. As far as like next things on the horizon, Monsters Memories coming up. But in the meantime, I'll be playing games. I'm on a big old school RuneScape kick right now because it's a
Oh,
game I never
nice.
played and I want to know. I like the system, so we're learning about it. It's all these niche communities that I was never a part of that I get to be a part of now. So it's fun to jump in and really kind
Yeah,
of see what it's about.
yeah. What's one fun thing that your community might not know about you? Just like a fun, quirky little thing maybe that people might not know. That's usually what I like to end with if you have time
Man,
real quick at the end
quirky little
here.
thing. I I
It-
don't know. I'm pretty much a straight shooter with a lot of stuff. So
You're a pretty open guy,
it's
yeah.
yeah, like I don't really keep much for me. Like uh I don't know if I really don't know if I have an answer for that. As uninteresting as that is,
No worries.
like my little fun fact always is like, oh, I'm a classically trained violinist and violist, but like that's not fun. That's just a skill, right? Um like I don't have any claims to fame other than like I think I've had the same set of like friends since kindergarten and just keep building on from there, man. Like there's there's uh there's nothing that you will ever see that I won't freely admit about myself, right? Because
Yeah,
it's just about getting out there and making sure people know who I am. So being me, you will always see me, but sometimes the jokes I say on stream are not me. So like they're all met with tongue in cheek. So you got to read between the lines and know that not all sometimes jokes are jokes, and you can read the room. So
yeah, yeah.
but
Beautiful.
yeah, I wish I had a better answer. I'll think about one and maybe I'll send it to you or record a little blurb for you.
No worries, no worries. But man, thank you so much, Quatos. I won't take up any more of your time. I hope you have an
Yeah,
amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you around, my friend. Thanks again
yeah, dude.
for coming on.
Cheers.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely. Pleasure.
all right. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody.